Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Johnny Eat the Hype Reese and Just Delvin.
Sometimes gotta be just Delvin.
Sometimes you gotta be Just Delvin for sure.
What's up, Riley?
We are taking some real low energy into the show today.
I have a lot of energy.
Okay, good, because we rushed into it. You were like, "You guys ready to go?" Well,
That's because I just didn't want to waste it on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Dev. I missed you.
Yeah, I'm back. Had a really good time in Cabo. Much
Mr. Poor over here.
much needed. Look,
Every
I never said
every time he gives you a chance to tell you about it. Guess I've never been to Cabo.
I never said I was poor. I just said shit's expensive. There's a difference. I'm just saying, yes, my electricity bill is $1,000 most times. But yes,
Shit.
But you're cool.
I can also go to Cabo. So
Shit. My electricity bill is
Shit's
$1,000.
expensive.
Motherfuckers be dying.
yeah, man. This month my bill was $500. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And now the sun is out all the time. It's 1,000,000 goddamn degrees because as Donnie likes to say, I live in Death Valley. So
You do.
the heat is back and my
Death Valley
AC is
adjacent.
on. Yeah, it's really not though.
But
It's
it
so
is.
far. It's nowhere near here.
I'm
The map is
curious.
a liar.
You have central AC, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out why is it so high.
It's California. It's
California.
PG&E. I even looked it up, like, because I Googled. I was like, "What is going on?" And it's just that way. Anybody who has PG&E, typically during the summer, across my state as well as other states that have PG&E, they are just raping us. It's
That's
ridiculous.
That's a
It's
problem.
not okay.
When was the last time your central AC has been cleaned?
Last year I get it cleaned every year.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I had to make sure it was working. I'm like,
So
this is the right size? It's working?
I'm Googling.
Mm-hmm.
Bakersfield to Death Valley is 200 miles.
That's far as hell.
That doesn't get me from Atlanta to Savannah.
That's nice. That's a 4.5 hour drive.
That
That's
doesn't
far.
get me to the beach.
I
It's
was
in its
just-
own state.
I was just gonna say that's probably like me driving to Orlando,
So like,
Okay.
which is
yeah,
Far, but
if
not
you're
far.
that close to Death Valley, like, yeah, that's
That's
too
not-
close. That's too close to
that's-
Death Valley.
That's 4.5 hours away. Because
That's too close
how,
to Death Valley.
how close is Los Angeles to Death Valley?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably about the same. And it ain't that hot. It ain't that hot in LA. I just happen to live in a bowl where the heat just likes to sit.
It's 275 miles. See, it's further though.
Barely.
Yeah, but it matters.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Stop it. Yes, it's hot as fuck.
It's the
out
same
here.
weather. What's the point?
yeah.
No,
And that's probably true.
not
Yeah.
quite.
If you were to take
No.
my weather here in Atlanta and compare it to Alabama, Montgomery, Murfreesboro, Knoxville, Savannah, it is basically the same weather.
I don't even know what that means.
Give a degree here or there. It's the same weather.
Y'all have the humidity though.
The point is it's too damn hot. That's the
Yeah.
point. It's way too
Yeah.
damn hot.
Yeah. I will take my dry heat over y'all's humidity though, because
I would too.
Yeah, and I'm just used to it. I've lived in
I'm
this shit
envious. I'd
forever,
like to
so
move
it
out
doesn't
there.
bother me. Come on down. We
Not
can be
to-
on the
not to
same
Cali,
time zone.
Not to LA, but that time zone.
Yeah, I don't. You don't need to be. Just come to this time zone, and
I don't
I'd
think
be
my
happy.
wife will let
That'd
me.
be great.
I don't think she'll ever get on board.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like, let's go to Oregon, Washington, Colorado, something.
it is what it is. It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. But yeah, I had a good time. The family had a good time. It was a good vacation. We're all happy to be back. It's funny because we had this great vacation and then we come back and just like the shit has hit the fan. My dad has decided that he has given up and he wants to go into hospice. So I'm dealing with that.
Yeah.
My poor wife, she mixed up some dates on a gig that she had booked. And on her way out there, she finds out it was actually the Friday that we got back. And so she's mortified by that. So she is just like in the dumps basically has wanted to live under the covers for the past 2 days. We have family coming in town for my daughter's graduation next week. So there's just so much going on. My wife feels like trash. My dad is dying. It's just like, God, I just had a vacation. I'm supposed to come back refreshed
Cabo,
and renewed. And I come
Cabo,
back and I just like it all has been wiped away.
we
All of
had
that
fun.
relaxation has been wiped
Cabo,
away. And I also got the promotion for the job. So now I get to have more responsibility and more stress.
here you
So
go. You
it's
signed
just,
up for that.
yeah,
Hopefully, more money.
yes, more
Like
money.
a lot
Not
more
enough.
money.
It's not a lot. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
It is not a lot, but we are supposed to be having them look at the compaction in our area. So I should get a decent raise hopefully within the next month or two, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Um otherwise, it's an interesting time here. It's very busy. And I'd like to play a video game at some point, but I don't see that in my near future at all right now. So that's me. I'm back, baby. Delvin.
Fun. Great to have you back, Dev. Thanks. It's a great,
Yeah.
great show. Off to a good start.
Delvin, how goes it?
Um, I'll just talk about the positive. I'm not doing that today.
Oh my God, both of you again.
No, no, you know what?
No.
Today is the 1 year anniversary of Delvin's grandmother passing. So if
Yeah.
you've got one,
Oh
pour one
wow,
out.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna take a sip.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I've been just not focusing on it. But, it's just there. Everything about it's there because, I'm in her house, think about
Yep.
memories and think about that day, what happened that day. That just lives in my mind because it happened in this house. So,
Yeah.
But otherwise than that, I got an interesting story. So,
Yay.
a fun story. So people, I'm not like I said, I'm not going to dwell on the horrible things.
We
It's a
are
fun
now
story.
entering Delvin's corner.
It's a fun story. So I took my kids to a thrift store last week, and we're walking through the thrift store and stuff like that, and I found a record player,
Okay.
a dope looking record player. It looks like an antique one, but it's like a kind of modern one because it has like a CD player on it, and it has a CD player, a record player.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be
a radio.
antique by modern standards, but I don't think any of us think of anything like that as an antique.
Shit.
What the hell? Shut
Tell
up.
your Alexa to shut up.
That was my iPhone. All of a sudden, just listening.
It's always
But
listening.
yeah,
Ordering
But,
400 record players from Amazon.
what did it come out? It actually did come up record player sound effects. It was getting ready to start playing. But so I looked at it like, this is pretty cool. I kind of like was digging the design of it and everything like that. So I said, you know what? How much is it? It's like $25, and it's decent size. It's not like it fits on like if I put it on like a desk, it fills the whole desk. And I was like, all right, this is pretty cool looking. Let me just get it. I'll just buy it for $25. What's the worst that can happen?
Doesn't work.
I'm getting to that right now.
Yeah, like I know the worst that could happen.
I take it home and me and Delvin Jr. hook it up, and we turn it on. So let's try the radio. Radio works pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's good. That's good. Let's try the CD function of it. I'm like, Delvin, go bring one of your CDs. This dude has to go find. He has like to find the perfect CD. He's like, just bring me a goddamn CD. Doesn't matter which one it is. I gotta get this. I gotta get the slaps, Dad. Oh my God. So I wait for him like get 10 minutes to bring a CD. He finally brings one. Of course, it doesn't work. And then
That laser is shot.
Laser shot. So then I try the record player part of it. As soon as I lift up the arm just breaks. I said, fuck.
You paid them $25 to move that record player for them.
Yeah. I paid $25 for a radio.
Yeah, for them to move, for you to move it.
Yes.
You're like, yeah, if you would just move this out of here for us, that'll be $25. Thanks, Delvin.
So at this point, I didn't get mad. I was like, you know what? I wonder how much it'll cost for me to fix this thing. So Oh, the CD he brought Tyler the Creator. I can't
Of
remember
course he
what
did.
I can't remember which one it was. One of his newer CDs. But so I looked it up. I said, let me look at this. I wonder how much it cost to actually fix the record player part of it. Cause I imagine this is something I probably could do because you can see the screws on top and stuff like that. I looked up on Amazon. The actual like whole like turntable piece was like $30. So you know what? It'd be fun for me to just take this apart and fix it. So I ordered off Amazon. It came in yesterday. Didn't have any instructions to how to put it on and nothing like that. But I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm mildly intelligent. I can probably figure this out. So I spent about a good hour, I want to say, yesterday figuring out how to take the record player part off of it, put the new one in and adjusting it so it can work good. And I got it working.
Nice.
So if you go on my Instagram, you can see me playing the record player. It's a pretty cool record player. I just want to fix it because I like the style of it. Because I already have a record player, but it's just like a regular record player. It's like
JV's gonna be envious.
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. It looks like just a classic like style record player. I'm like, I kind of wish I could fix the CD drive on it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, this feels like a fun project to do. Just put it back together. It's probably going to end up costing more than it would be to just buy another record player that's this kind of style. But it seems like it's something fun to do and kind of like
but
take
you're
your mind off of
restoring it. It's original.
Yes.
It's restoration.
Yes.
It's the difference.
That's what I was kind of feeling like. Yeah, this is me just putting this together and kind of figuring out how certain things work and figuring out what pieces need to get on it. Like, I took one piece off the old record player to make the new record player work. And very therapeutic. I enjoyed myself doing it. I kind of see now what Dev gets out of and putting together PCs and stuff.
Yeah. Except those are a dime a dozen, and you can buy any one off the shelf, like no problem.
But you have to start somewhere.
Unlike yours, where it's like
somewhere.
an actual art of restoration. If you go find the part, and like literally, he's just putting together Legos. He just grabs a bunch of different Legos, puts them together. It's all Rob's doing. It's just Legos. They're like,
Rob
these
isn't
Legos.
Rob isn't
Legos.
doing shit. Rob isn't doing shit. Let's be real. He don't build nothing. All right. He buys some parts, takes it to somebody, and they assemble it.
Smart.
Don't
man.
give him no credit.
Smart
he ain't
man.
being up building a
No,
goddamn
dude.
thing.
Don't put yourself down with the day laborers. Okay. Gotta
Day
exist
laborers.
We have devs in the world for that nonsense.
Yes.
It's true. I enjoy that shit. Give me
But
a
yeah.
box of crap. I'm putting it together. Let's go.
Yeah, it was very therapeutic putting it together. And, also when I had a little bit of free time, I played some Doom.
Yes.
That game's fucking awesome. I talked about it. We ended up talking about it a lot on Shaq, actually.
Too much.
But that game
How
was
did
freaking
how
awesome.
did that happen?
Delvin.
Yeah.
I tried to
I
get us
played
out of
nothing
it.
but Doom.
I was like, I'm playing Doom, and I was like, but I'm not going to talk about that here. He's like, I will. Like, it was immediate. He was like, I am.
Yeah. It's freaking dope.
Said I cannot be
Just go around,
stopped.
Smashing people
So,
across the head, killing
All these
monsters.
Shaq listeners across the world listening to how great Doom is that they can't play.
Well, they'll be playing it on Switch 2 soon enough, and they'll be like, oh, yeah.
I don't know about
I
soon
remember that was
enough,
talking
but at some point, yes.
It'll be soon enough.
I don't think it'd be soon.
September.
No. Next year, maybe.
That's
Probably
soon
not.
enough for Switch people. They don't care. It'll get there when it gets there, and they'll be happy.
Facts. The question is,
Just keep
will
it a
be
buck.
on a game key
Like
card or
it's
not.
a
Who gives a
brand new
shit?
game.
Y'all need to just let go of the game key cards and just buy the shit digitally and stop
Absolutely
playing.
not.
All right.
Absolutely
There's
not
no.
doing that.
Why do we even discuss game key cards? Pretend like they don't exist, because nobody's buying them shits.
Oh, that's
What?
not true. Those things are going to be bought.
People aren't going to care about
Yeah,
it. They're just going to
yeah.
just buy it.
Those
They're not
things
even
are
paying
going to
attention.
get got for sure.
The stupid people. If you buy a game key
That's-
card, you're stupid.
That's
Well,
Sorry.
there's a lot of people stupid.
That's like
Just
all
keeping
of
it real.
them. It's most of
It's
it.
stupid.
Yeah.
So Doom.
Yeah, Doom's
Smash
great.
fools in
man.
the face.
I'm enjoying my time with it. It's pretty fun. I think, like I said, I think I like the aspect of he's like fucking Doom guy, but he has the abilities of Captain America as well. Like he's throwing this fucking shield and hitting motherfuckers in the face with it and charging like.
Is it like Ricochet and everything, or is it just like
It
it
can.
throws and it hits and it lands?
No, it comes back. It's very God of War like.
Yeah, it comes back. after it sticks in somebody's chest, then it just flies back.
Oh, so it's more
Yeah.
like a boomerang than
Well,
Captain America shield.
there are enemies with shields
Yes.
that you can throw your shield at, and it'll ricochet off of them. You can't throw it off the walls.
No.
You can't like make your own angles. You can't go around
No
corners.
bank
with it.
shots, sons
No.
of bitches.
You can break people's shields with your shield, which is pretty fun.
There's a chainsaw on it.
Yes, which makes it even more fun.
It's very much a lancer, but shield.
How does that feel on the DualSense, Delvin?
Feels great. You know, I've gotten so used to playing the DualSense, I almost don't notice when the DualSense do like little unique things it does. Like sometimes when you like have like a shotgun, the trigger kind of like really tough to pull or something like
Oh.
that. Or
Yeah. I notice it a lot when I go from PC to PS5 and the controllers do. I'm like, oh my God, it does so much more on the PS5 than it does
like
on the PC. It's like, whoa, 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 what you doing?
Sometimes
Hold on,
like-
hold on.
what the hell's wrong with my controller? Like, oh yeah, this is the DualSense.
Yeah, oh, I'm playing on PlayStation. That's
Yeah.
why this thing is doing that. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, once you get used to it, you know, it's kind of like, all right, this is great. But you
Yeah.
got to remember that it's just a thing that PlayStation does. I don't know if I never thought about turning any of that stuff off because it's fine.
I did. I was very
like
happy
it.
when they made those available. But I even did
Your
like
hand-
Doom. My controller started to rumble in one of the boss fights in Doom, and I immediately went to options, turned all that shit off. I was like, oh my God, please stop.
Are you turn off the rumble completely?
We've been over this. Like
Donnie's
100
hands are
times.
broken. Okay,
They're
you
not
can't
broken,
take
I'm
that
just-
shit.
I am not nearly as mesmerized by rumble in a controller as you guys are. Like I just never
It's
am. Like
very cool.
sometimes it's fine. Like I'm not saying it's all bad. There have been times where I'm like, that's cool, but it's never been a now I need 20 endless hours of this. That's never gonna like.
Oh, it just melds into the experience. Like, I don't even notice it half the time.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I
said,
was thinking.
I
Like,
noticed
would-
it.
To me, it's the opposite. I
It's 'cause your
noticed
hands are
it, and it
broken.
took me out of the experience, so I turned it off.
Yeah.
But I've
Broken
hated those
hands.
trigger locks.
I don't
ever
think
since
I've
they
ever heard
started
someone say
I've
that
never liked
actual rumble has
Mhm.
taken them out the experience.
This is
You've never
long
listened
PS
to your co-host.
Yeah, this is
No,
Haley
PSVG
has
lore
been said
10
that.
years ago. This
yeah,
has been a
but he
long
is the
time.
only person I've ever heard say that. Like, yeah, this controller doesn't need the rumble anymore.
I never
Haley
liked the Rumble
talked about
Pack.
that.
Like even the Switch, like the Switch has haptics, right? And you can feel how many
Yes,
ice
it
cubes
does.
are in. Turn that shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's not something. Again, it's not something I hate. I just don't want to do a lot of it. So I
You
generally
hate it. It's
turn it
cool.
off.
We get it. Donnie
I just
Lord,
wish
he
it was
hates,
a lot
he
of times.
hates
I wish
Rumble.
it was just mild. It's like it's too much.
So I
Yeah.
imagine your battery life on your controllers probably lasts a while then with all that shit turned off.
You don't use
Except
no
for
PlayStation controllers.
yes. Not your kind of controllers. They don't last long at all. But the other ones,
That's a
yeah,
good point.
absolutely.
I almost never have to charge my controller really because I don't play games, so I wouldn't know what that's like.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be right back. I want to show you something
He
cool.
said I'm a rumbleist, Riley. That's hilarious. I'm gonna change my name.
Good one, Riley.
The
That
Rumblist.
is awesome. The Rumblist.
N64 Rumbleback. See, this is again, John 32. This is why this is like PSVG lore. I can recall back to like Jason and Kevin being like, the Rumble Pack was. I was like, all it does is shake the controller. They're like, that was
Revolutionary.
amazing. I'm like, but it's not though.
It
La-
is pretty amazing. You're just a
Last
Rumblist.
week,
Just I think
I
it's just a
got
bunch of
something.
men just excited to hold a vibrator. Like, look, if you want to hold a vibrator, just say that. Like he ain't gotta fucking start
Nah.
putting it into
Well,
everything.
we can't say that.
No, that's not what it is. At
You
all.
already did, Delvin.
Yeah.
Both of y'all have.
Well, yeah. As long as we're using it right, that's all that matters.
correct.
Well, last week I got something, but Dev wasn't here, so I didn't want to show it while he's not here, like I did the Prince shoes. So I got a new controller, and this is what it is.
Oh, Spider-Verse.
Oh, you customize a Miles Morales controller, huh?
Yep, and it is
How
pretty
much?
dope.
How much you pay for that shit?
$100.
God damn, you could
Did
have
you
bought some
choose the
Snickers.
buttons to be white too?
No,
Okay, I was
That's
gonna
how it
ask
came.
why weren't the buttons like custom?
Where'd you get it from?
what I say this was Amazon.
Oh yeah, I know those listings. Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
face paint. They just they swap out face plates. There's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with that. But that's
Yeah.
I was wondering why the rest of the controller looks so standard. That
Yeah,
would be why.
The
I
back
get
is
it.
just like a regular standard.
I get it. Yeah, yeah. I got you. That's cool. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
I like it.
A
This is my
fully
new-
painted custom controller is like $200 or $300, so I get it. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
No,
Don't
$100 is my limit.
John, that's
$200.
what I did. When I had a PlayStation, I turned it down to its lowest setting, and I turned the trigger locks off, and that was fine. I like that. That's why I played Astrobot. Oh, and that's a big reason, and actually, as you say that, that's why I turned it off in Doom. Because Doom started shaking, and I went to go turn the vibration down, and I turned it down all the way to its lowest setting, and guess what doesn't work? That setting. That setting didn't do shit to my controller. It kept on fucking rumbling my whole desk, and I was like, never mind, just turn it off.
There you go. Yeah.
That's why I turned it off.
I
I would have
couldn't
left
even
it
do it.
on if I could have turned it down.
I just thought about something. Playing Gears of War with the DualSense is gonna be dope as fuck.
Motherfucker, you're late. You're so
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
I know, but
I
just-
said that shit like day one.
But I'm
Piss
just getting in
Johnny
my
off.
head.
You want to?
Just
I
the
don't like that we-
chainsaw.
I don't like that you can't rev the shield saw. Like I want to rev it.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's actually a
Why
really
can't
good
you
point.
rev it? What?
you can't.
They need to pass that in. Id,
Yeah,
patch it
it's
in.
not
Make it
revable.
happen.
You just have to like when you throw it, it revs, but like you can't just rev it on your own.
That sucks.
Hmm.
Well,
I enjoy
Donnie,
playing Doom.
I was gonna say, what are you up to? We know Delvin is out
Playing
there
Doom.
smashing things in the face.
I'm playing lots and lots of Doom, and I have notes. I don't have notes. I didn't write anything down, but I have thoughts. I have some thoughts.
Yeah, I noticed you had a little referee there in the Discord last week. So yeah, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, it's I was somewhat like divisive on the matter. When I started playing and I got through like you kind of see all of the game's gimmicks in like the first 4 or 5 chapters. They put you like on the flight and they put you in the mech and like you really get to see all the different stuff they're doing. And once I played those for the very first time, I was like, this ain't it. Like Doom, the Dark Ages is very interesting because in a lot of ways it doesn't feel like a Doom game. Like kind of like I want to say like at all. But I want to soften that a little bit because the more I play it, the more it won me over. Because it is very Doom. Like you're going to do all of that arena fucking kick-ass combat you've ever wanted to do. It's all there. It's just bigger, more open, way bigger, like very big areas that are way more open-ended that you can run around in. You do have these, I'm still going to call them weird. You have these weird segments where you fly this dragon raptor thing and fly around in Panzer Dragoon for a level, and then you have this giant kaiju mech fight where hell has mechs, but you only fight them when you're in the mech. Like I'm still like somewhat confused, but those sections are bizarre and odd and weird. Like they're just weird. And I don't know. I think your mileage may vary. I don't think they're bad, but at the same time, like, do I like them? Probably not. Like I probably would be. I wish to be able to skip them. I appreciate why they've done it. It is a change of pace, and the whole game kind of feels like this is our third one of this. Like maybe they felt like they couldn't do the same thing again. Maybe it felt too samey. So this feels very like explorative, which I applaud and appreciate. And in the world building and in the lore, there's a ton of exposition in this game. The environments, some of the environments are very different than Doom. So it feels very different than Doom sometimes, where you're in this fucking Avatar forest or some shit, you're swimming. You're like, why am I swimming? It's the Doom Slayer. There's shit like that I do appreciate. I love trying to find all the things. I am enjoying the story, which I've mostly never cared about in Doom, or like you see it and you just kind of keep moving on, rip and tear. This story, I'm actually enjoying the cutscenes, enjoying what they're laying out. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see whenever I finish it how it all closes. But to bring it to a head, as I kept playing and kind of unlocking more and more of the weapons, I'm on like chapter, I think 13 now. I haven't played as much since Shaq. There are moments in the arena fight where it is just like a symphony of kick-ass combat that is really good. Like I want to tell you that I was mesmerized by it. Like there was a point where I was just playing and it just becomes such second nature to do what I was doing. Like what was happening on screen looked fucking awesome. And for a moment, like I paused and I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And was doing it like mindlessly. But everything that was happening was just awesome because the melee combat with the weapons that you have and like how the game leads you to play, like to get in, like get in someone's face. The shooting almost feels like a melee combat. Like everything feels like it's almost like I'm throwing punches, like with my button commands, versus like a shooter where I'm trying to like pick people off from far away. It's very different than Eternal. Eternal is very like shoot and move, duck and move, like get on the run. You will die fast. Like this is not that. Your shield is so powerful, and you have so many options with it. You can use it traverse. It has like it's basically like a grappling hook. You can use it as. You can use it as a weapon. You can block. You can like shield charge. You can throw it. Then you have your own melee combat, which. Boy, I want to tell you, when I got the mace, I think is when everything really, I was like, oh, this is fucking killer, though. Because I'm just like, shotgun blast, block, step aside, mace, punch, throw, blast, throw again, punch, mace. And you just do all of it, and all the fucking shit's exploding, the screen, the blood. And I was like, this is incredible. Like this is really good. Just that sweet science of fucking kick-assery, man. Like I said, it's a symphony. There's just so much, like the loop is so good that I'll play through the dragon part and I'll play through the mech part. And is it the most fun I'm having? No. Do I care a whole lot? Not really. No, because I'm just getting to the next stance where I get to fucking kick a Hell Knight in the face, or like it's a lot of fun. It's very addictive. What I told Delvin on Shaq is if you were like a Doom fan, where that's like your game, you've got all the boxes and all the collectors and like you play Doom, I could understand if you were like, I don't like Doom the Dark Ages. I would get it. But like, yeah, it's different. It's different. I think how people will feel in that is if that's a good or a bad thing. I think a lot of people thought Eternal was different. And a lot of people did not like the platforming and the movement. And
I
stuff like
hated that platforming shit. It turned me off.
And
so
I loved
fast.
it.
I was like, nope.
I loved it.
Oh,
and this is not that. There's none of that in here, really.
No.
My biggest gripe are there have been more than a few times where I've not known where to go, and the game has not done a really great job of like directing me. Like you have a marker, but there's been like 2 or 3 times where even though I had the marker, like I literally couldn't figure it out. And one time I had to YouTube it, and I was like, oh, shit. And it was like kind of right there in front of you, but like honestly, I was there for like 40 minutes and didn't figure it out. So I think on that traversal, I don't know, like leading, I don't even know if it could be better. Maybe I could just be better. That might be the answer. But like the pacing in that is a little strange because you're kicking at, I mean, there are hundreds of enemies and you're just kicking, and then it like stops. And then even in like the main missions, because the areas are so big, sometimes you may have to like sprint or run to the next area, and that might be 10 or 20 seconds. And it feels weird that you're just like, oh, now run over there and fight all of those people. Yeah. That pacing is a little bit off from like just I just want like a drip feed of like just Doom, like just one room to the next and just keep them coming. Let me just keep tearing through them. But the areas are so big, you clean out an area and you got to get to the next area. That's a little strange. But yeah, I love it. I'm torn on a few fronts because I really love this game. Do I love it more than the other two? No, I don't think so. But it's honestly like, it's just different. Like it's really the word. It's like, it's just a different game. It's not really like the same kind of game. So I don't even know how much like that opinion applies to this situation. Yeah. I'm impressed. When I played like the first 5 chapters, I was impressed that it reviewed as well as it did. Because I feel like I could see a lot of people being harder on it. But I think like me, I think if you keep playing it, I think more people maybe have been won over just as I have been. Perhaps, maybe. Or maybe they just love it. Maybe they didn't like Doom Eternal and they just love this. I think this would be a very interesting. I could make a case that if somebody was like, "Hey, I've never played Doom. Where should I play?" This is not a bad option. Especially if they were like very familiar to like other types of shooters, like a Halo game or something like this. Like, Dev, there's a lot of me I'm sitting playing this game, and I'm just like, I almost tweeted it, and then I was just like, nah, I don't want to make people mad. Because I'm sitting here playing, and I'm like, dude, fucking Halo wishes. Halo fucking wishes it was half this good.
See, if that were me, I would have definitely
If
did that because
and I don't mean that as like a stone to
not?
throw. It's just like this Doom is like very sci-fi,
Mm-hmm.
more so than like that's not unheard of, but like very sci-fi. It's
It
a
is.
lot of fucking space realm jumping and shit, like it's somewhat Halo. And when you get to some of these weird, not weird, weird for the series, when you get to some of these other locations that you don't normally associate with something like a Doom that you might associate with something like a Halo. And I just can't help but think, I'm like, dude, if this was a Halo game, like just if it was, if this wasn't Doom the Dark Ages, if it was Halo the Dark Ages, and it was just the Halo Master Chief of the Covenant, dude, people would be losing their fucking minds fawning over how good this game is. I have no doubt in my mind if that was the case. But it's the third one of these, and I don't know. I don't know if people are. I don't even know. Like, I'm not even going to say it. Like, I wasn't going to say people are tired of it because nobody's tired of it. Everybody's playing it. It got reviewed well. It is what it is. It's the next Doom. People are enjoying it. I kind of feel like it's. I feel like all three of these games are so good that maybe they should be. I don't know, applauded more. I don't know. I don't get a sense that a lot of people, are all about this trilogy. They kind of come and go, or at least in my mind. Like, I already feel like people have kind of already moved on from Doom, and it just started.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised by that because if you're not paying attention to the story or whatnot, it's just Doom. It's just another shooter where you're running around. So I can see how they can very easily taper off. It's not like, Clear Obscure 33 or something where there's just
Yeah,
so
like
much to
that's
the
really
story and people
dominating
are emotionally
the
attached to
online. Yeah, like that's kind of
Yeah.
the story right now. That game is,
it.
and I got nothing bad to say about that game either.
Yeah.
It's just it does feel like Doom. It's excellent. It came out, people reviewed it, they played it, talked about it for a day, and on to the next one.
Yeah. It's just Doom is a known quantity. You kind of know what you're going to get there. This one is a little different, but there's not that emotional attachment, I think, with characters and that type of stuff where you end up talking. You have a much longer tail with games that have that kind of like driven story where you're so invested in what happens to these characters and stuff. So you get a much longer tail, and it's probably a hell of a longer game than Doom is. So
Yeah, maybe. I'm digging it, and I do think for folks that have come from other shooter series, I think this, if you never got into Doom or maybe you tried 2016 didn't like it, I feel like almost like some of the things they've done, the decisions they've made, almost feel like trying to appeal to broaden that reach, to like get outside of like that Doom core and like reach to other players. Like I was joking with Delvin, the story in this game is like very in game. There's like a lot of it, and Delvin, I was so much surprised. Delvin's like, I love this game, and it kind of clicked with him. I was like, yeah, I feel like I understand why he would love this game and why I don't think Delvin's a casual, but I feel like of all the Doom games, I feel like this might be the most casual friendly pickup
We talked about it on Shack a little bit. This is probably the most accessible Doom game there is
by far. Yeah,
because
like
you can
just
customize
accessibility
every aspect of it.
on training difficulty and stuff like that. There's never been like this game gives you full control over your own Doom experience. You make it as hard or as easy as you'd like it to be.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's gonna help a lot of people who want to get into Doom, but Doom is difficult. Get it.
Runs incredibly well. Like of course it does.
as it games do.
Right, yeah, but like it is somewhat shocking how it's somewhat shocking how well it's running for me. It's playing. I mean, I'm playing 120 FPS, and it has just like what's a Star Wars game, the Ubisoft one, Outlaws.
Outlaws, yeah.
Just like Outlaws, I think it has like forced ray tracing stuff. Like there's some of the things you can't turn off.
Yeah.
It's like it is its
Yeah.
lighting system. You can't even turn it
Mhm.
off. And do I care? No, because I haven't noticed it a bit. I'm playing at my 1440, windowed, cozy self at 120 frames a second. I think everything's set to high or ultra, and it is incredible.
You're playing on Pro, Delvin? PS5
Yes,
Pro?
I am.
What are you performance quality? What are you on there?
I
Do you
didn't even
know?
check.
I didn't think so.
I don't think it has the settings in it. I don't think it does. I don't remember seeing them.
You probably didn't go looking for them, but you also can set your PlayStation to have a default. So if there's a performance mode, it just automatically defaults to performance mode. But I don't know if you did that.
I did
In
that
the
a while
Dark
back.
Ages offers a single display mode prioritizing 60 FPS.
That's what's in it.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing one because
Interesting.
when you start the game, it gives you like a whole bunch of shit you could just like figure. You want to make it really hard? You want to make it really easy? Want to do this? Want to do that?
It was crazy when I first booted up. Like I almost felt like it was almost too fast. Like I had to acclimate. I was like, whoa, shit, this is just giving me a headache or something like. Because it's pretty incredible. John 32 asks, how do you feel about the colors? I did mention that, Shaq. It's more colorful than
Yeah.
most Doom games.
There's
Then you're
3
gonna have
colors
these
instead of
locales
2.
colors.
and stuff. You're gonna see these new places. You see colors you've never seen before.
That's
It's a lot more
joke.
colorful. No, I said it's 3 colors instead of 2.
Yeah. Hey,
less browns and more reds.
Yeah.
I did
There's
get
some
to
green in
hell,
there
and
now.
once I got to hell and started, I was like, yeah, now this is right. This feels good.
Now this is what I'm talking about. Just
This is right back at home.
red and gray.
So it's like I definitely don't want to I don't want to throw stones at them for doing something different. Like I welcome to something different. I just wish those modes, especially the Panzer Dragoon thing, that just felt a bit too samey. Like you really keep doing the same thing over and over again. I was like, I didn't need this.
Yeah. I get it.
How did you like those sections? Did you get through those yet?
I thought it was fine, yeah. I got through
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah,
This
like
is
that's
fine.
kind of it. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not particularly rewarding or anything. It's fine. It's something
It's
to do.
fine. It's a good departure. I imagine if I do the whole bunch of all right, get this shit the fuck up out of here. But
Like I'm already through like my third mech battle. Like the last time I did it, I was like, okay, I'm kind of like we can move on from there. Like
Yeah.
we don't have to keep
I
doing
think
this.
I can
guys.
see that happening. Like, yeah, I can be like, all right,
Yeah.
this is enough. We've had
Yeah.
enough of this.
I've had enough of that already. But I'm still gonna keep playing because the actual game, the core game, is so good.
Yeah, it's good. And the story's fun. It's
Yeah.
nonsensical, but it's fun.
Yeah, I'm liking the story, and I like the characters. I like the king, and I like Azrock, and I'm interested about the makers and all that. Like, I'm here for the lore. I don't know what happens to the shield. Like, that's a good time.
Yeah.
It's good
It's fun.
stuff.
If
think
you,
it's
I
My
would
favorite
say-
game of the year so far, I would think.
that's high praise.
It's not. Like, my list is not that great.
That's a good point.
This is the
We're
game
talking
of the year
about
until
Donkey
the
Kong
Switch
94
drops.
and stuff, Delvin. Like, it's not
Yeah.
a great list
That's
at
a
the
good
moment.
point.
I
we
have
really
not
haven't had
played
any-
half of the games that you guys have played.
Yeah. That is
Once the
crazy.
Switch 2 gets here, everything changes for Donnie.
Yeah.
Was it 2 weeks now?
I have not played.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I didn't play Freedom Wars, Dynasty Warriors, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Civ, Avowed, Split Fiction, Monster Hunter Wilds, Clair Obscur. I didn't play any of these games.
I
Neither
forgot,
did I.
So
I forgot Avowed came out.
So I didn't even know half those games you listed came out.
I feel like the big games this year. I think I told this Rebecca. I came across an article and it was like the best games. Let me look it up. Best games of 2025 so far, and I forget who it was. I think it was GameSpot. It was one of the traditional blogs. They had a list of games, and I went through. There was like 14, and I haven't played one of them. Not one game. It's like,
Wasn't
damn.
Blueprints on there or something like that?
Yakuza Blueprint,
Sure
yeah,
it
that's
was.
another one. I didn't play Yakuza. Avowed. Shadows, I haven't played yet. I will play it at some point.
That's the only game I've played that came out this year.
Split Fiction, Clair Obscur, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's going to be like on everybody's thing. Lost Records. I haven't played any of those games. So
It makes 3 of us. I haven't played. anything that came out this year other than Assassin's Creed. At some point, I'll probably play South of Midnight.
Yeah, I
But
didn't play
other
that one
than
either.
that,
Another one.
the only other thing I'm really looking forward to is Ghost of Yotei. So
Haven't done WWE.
that came
Yeah,
out.
Well,
this
that's
year
the
already?
thing. I've got 30 games I'm looking forward to. They just haven't come out yet.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying Doom. You kind of have me intrigued, but Eternal
I'm
burned
almost
me so
intrigued.
bad.
Like,
I'm just like,
I am somewhat intrigued by people. Like, if somebody was like, "Yeah, I tried Doom and I don't like it," I would want them to try. Like, have you tried the Dark Ages though? Like, because I feel like the vibes. I don't know how best to explain it. There's DNA elements here. There's vibes of a God of War, of a Warhammer, of a Metro, like of other games that
Yeah, a
I
little
think
bit.
people do like, and I think that might make it a more appealing to those people that don't want red and brown, rip and tear onslaughts of demons, even though that is still here. It's like I don't know. It's like they give it
see,
a mask. They put a mask
I-
on it.
I don't mind all that. What I hated was it was the traversal, like all the platforming. I'm just like, I'm not.
There's
doing
really
this
none
shit.
of that in here.
Yeah, that's a
you
lot
can
less of
jump
that.
up
That-
a ledge, but that's really it. You can't jump.
That
really.
gives me a lot more hope because that's the last thing I want to do in anything first person. Really, is fucking
Like your
platforming.
RoboCop game, like you like that power trip of just being.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
RoboCop.
walk
Like,
through. I don't want to
this
jump on
is
shit.
That. You're just Hulkbuster.
Yes.
You're just a tank. You just kick ass, and like everything in the universe fears you to death.
Yes.
You're just that badass.
Only
much.
you had bought it on Steam.
Right? Yeah. I didn't buy it at all.
I know
Game
you
Pass.
got
I
Game
will.
Pass until the end of time.
I will buy it when it comes on a
On
red
Switch.
cartridge. Yeah, I can put it on a cartridge.
All right, well, Downey, let's get into the news.
Sure. We didn't talk about this last week, right?
No, we did
The
not.
Bungie mess.
We wanted to wait till
I don't know
Dev
when
was
it
here.
started, but
Why? I don't care about any of this. It's
I don't think we
marathon.
don't think
Fuck
we didn't
marathon.
save it for
Because-
you.
because-
It's becoming
because
more of a thing.
You're the Bungie correspondent.
You are a Bungie
Shit.
correspondent.
I'm not. I'm the
It's gonna
Destiny
rain.
correspondent.
Yeah.
I'm the Destiny correspondent. I'm definitely not the Bungie
You're
correspondent.
the Bungie correspondent, like I'm the
I played
Dark
one
Pictures
Bungie
Anthology
game, and
correspondent.
somehow I'm the
100%.
correspondent.
100%.
Exactly. Just
Yeah.
like I'm the Dark Pictures Anthology correspondent.
100%.
You
Yeah.
got to deal with it.
When you play it for a decade, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
All right. So, like, the old news here is that an artist accused Bungie of plagiarizing their art, and then Bungie looked it up, and then they were like, 100% we did. I did not know this, but I put this in the notes. I picked this up listening to Jeff Grubb. He said apparently this is the fourth time this has happened in 5 years.
Yeah, that's why I put it in. I put it. That's why me and Barrett both were like, "This
This
is
shit
par for
happens
the
all the
course.
time.
We're not surprised by this." Yeah,
That's really bad.
They stealing.
That's
Just-
really bad. So
they'll
I
have
love
somebody who's on the art team that pulls some
that.
stuff.
So
and
they
then
said it was a
nobody catches it.
rogue artist that no longer works there, but they wouldn't name who it was.
Negro, please. It's the
Right.
same
Like if you
dude
don't
who
name who it is, it's really hard to believe that.
did- the same person who did it the last goddamn 3 times.
It might not even be a person.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
Could
if
be
you tell me
AI.
this,
Who knows?
If you tell me this keeps happening 4 times in 5 years, my immediate thing is you have some sort of AI influence tool that's lifting things from the internet. That would be my go-to. I don't think they want to say that. So they're like, "Oh, it was an employee we fired. We got rid of the guy. Who was that? Oh, we can't tell you. We can't
Slappy.
tell you that. Right.
Slappy White. That's his
Yeah,
name.
It was
Slappy.
Tom. It
He's
was Tom.
good.
We let go of
Tom.
Tom
Fuck Tom.
2 years ago. It was Tom.
Yeah.
Look up some names.
So since this happened, I don't want to say all kind of hell broke loose. Like I'm not that into this story. I don't follow Bungie. I don't really care. But in the articles I was reading, it sounds really bad because it now sounds like everything is kind of, I don't know, up in the air. Like they're supposed to launch a beta that may be put on hold. They've pulled down a bunch of gameplay. Nobody knows because that's the other part. Like the art that was, I guess, lifted, it is kind of into the style of Marathon, like somewhat as a whole, right? Like it's
think
all
so.
kind of
I didn't look-
iconography
I didn't look
and
at what was-
everything.
pulled.
So it's
yeah.
like, are they going to have to retool this game? Are they going to have to delay the game? The people are asking, are they even going to release the game? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's in the air.
What it really boils down to is the open beta wasn't exactly super well received. Or not, it wasn't open, it was closed beta. The closed beta wasn't super well received. Then on top of that, you have this issue with the art being taken from somebody else. And then you have a game called Arc Raiders that came out and had a beta at the same time, and everybody loved that. So it's like nobody's gonna play Marathon. So now it's like, well, shit, we've been sitting on this forever. We finally get it out. It didn't hit the way we wanted to. We've now dealing with this art issue, and Arc Raiders is eating our lunch. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, that's not great.
Got some bad news for you,
And
Riley.
Arc Raiders looks fucking awesome.
That ain't possible.
Forbes says that morale at the studio is at a free fall, with one source telling the outlet the vibes have never been worse, as much speculation regarding Bungie's future
Free falling.
has happened. I appreciate that. I like it. So, yeah. Dev, what does this mean for your favorite studio?
I don't give a fucking. I don't know. I don't care.
hey,
Is
don't-
Destiny coming out?
Don't turn on them now.
Yeah.
They got
Look,
you to this point.
Look,
They need you.
Marathon. I have said from jump, Marathon can kick fucking rocks. Just keep feeding me Destiny. The
Nice
new
one.
expansion looks great. I don't give a kitty about what happens to Marathon or anything else.
So what I don't
Those can
understand
go to hell.
is there seems to be a lot of worry and concern over Bungie's future. Like they're not going to close. They won't close Bungie, right? They just bought Bungie.
Yeah, they just may continue to absorbing them into more of Sony, and Bungie may just cease to exist.
Yeah, that's just.
But
All right,
how
you
is that any different? That's just Bungie's a studio in Sony, which is what they are.
No.
now.
Bungie just ceases to exist, and it's just Sony. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
but they
we're
still
gonna
have to be in
close
a
Bungie
studio,
and
right?
take all of your people and put them in other places within
Yes.
Sony because
You will
Bungie
work
can
Who's
no
going to
on-
work
longer-
on Destiny?
You're gonna work on the Last of Us remake.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
going to work on Destiny then?
some other they're gonna take all of these employees from Bungie, put them over here, and
Over
now
here, and
Destiny
now it's
is made
studio
by
whatever,
a different.
That's
Mhm.
Bungie for like it's.
It's
We're still going to call them Bungie.
it's Bungie without the Bungie leadership, without the people at top, and I think
Gotcha.
that's ultimately
The
what
worker
a lot of
bees.
the issues are. Yeah, we're gonna take all your worker bees and make the game and get rid of all the leadership that apparently is incredibly toxic from everything that I've seen on the net.
And
Got it.
stealing shit.
Yeah, and stealing shit repeatedly.
Yeah.
Repeat offenders. There's the line
Yeah.
right there. We're going to continue to
Habitually.
cross it. Habitual line crossers.
I can't
Yeah.
wait.
That's
till
what they do.
The next Marathon patch, and it'll be fucking Star Wars characters.
Funny you say that.
It's gonna be fucking
That's one
Han
of the
Solo.
next expansions for Destiny. It looks
That's
just
Destiny,
like
yeah.
Star Wars.
Did
Star
they
Wars
pay-
Renegades.
They're just stealing shit. That
They have
fucking Han
lightsabers.
Solo.
It's gonna be
They have Han
Marathon.
Solo's gun. They have
Yeah.
Han Solo's gun and lightsabers in like the fall release for Destiny.
They're like, oh,
Marathon.
that was yours? We didn't know that. My bad.
Marathon, a Rogue One story or some shit. It's just like-
1000%.
well, I don't know. It seems like a bummer. It's real,
Yeah,
real big.
I was never going to play
Why
this
even make
game. I
Marathon?
really
Why
don't care.
just keep making Destiny? Just keep
Yeah, I don't know why
doing
they
what
made
you were
Marathon.
doing.
I don't
know why they
man.
made Marathon. That shit.
And it's
look
not
trash.
even like Marathon of yours. It's not even like the Marathon.
Yeah,
It's a fucking extraction shooter.
looks
Like,
fucking terrible.
Titled Marathon.
It looks bad. It looked bad
I
when they
think it
first
looks
announced
cool.
I think
dig
it
the look.
looks cool. I think
Whoever
it
this
looks
artist
super
is that
cool.
got ripped off, they made a cool gimmick for a game. I think the art
Yeah.
looks great.
It looks
artist
cool
did
and it fits with Seattle. Like it totally fits with like
Hire
the Seattle
him.
Seahawks vibe and everything. I
Yeah.
thought it looked cool. But
It's like,
I
that
don't
looks
want to
neat.
play this game. I have zero
I wasn't
interest.
gonna play it either.
I was
don't
never
like-
going to play this game.
I don't like anything about this game. I don't like how this game looks. I don't like how this game looks like it plays.
You don't like the style at all?
I don't like the
So
style.
basically, you don't
Wow.
like the color green. Got it.
No. This game looks terrible. They keep that shit. He's gonna steal some shit. Steal some better shit.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Kojima had interviews this week with some French outlet magazine, whatever. A couple tidbits that came out of it. Said he had multiple video game projects in development, but after those are finished, he may consider making a film. once Death Stranding 2 and Fizzin are complete. So he's
He's
already
lying.
talking
That
about
motherfucker's gonna
doing a
be on his
movie.
deathbed by the time those things
He-
finish. Those games are
he's-
Fizzing is so far away. That game ain't
my
never
next
saying-
point. It's beside Death Stranding 2. He's mentioned Fizzin is in development and will take another 5 or 6 years to complete.
He's been saying he's gonna make a film since the 80s.
This is
Man,
we're gonna be
listen.
playing Fizzin in 2031.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, if we're lucky. Yeah, and as convoluted as his shit is, he needs to make like a limited series. He can't
It's
just
gonna be
make a
It's gonna be
movie,
a 46-hour movie.
right?
Yeah.
No way.
Doom: The Dark Ages has reached 3 million players, the fastest in id history. Most of that is coming through Game Pass. I think they mentioned. Which is
Yeah, I
great.
saw that.
Good for them.
Great.
We got some Xbox news.
This
Xbox
has all been
dominated.
Xbox news. Shit.
Xbox dominated April's best-selling games charts, which Oblivion being the best-selling game across Series X and PlayStation consoles, and it was top 5 on Steam. 4 of the top 5 and 5 of the top 7 best-selling games on PlayStation platforms are all being published by Microsoft.
Respect.
So Microsoft is dominating the PlayStation charts, and/or PlayStation players are loving buying those games.
Who knew Microsoft had great games for PlayStation?
Microsoft doesn't. They just published them all. These were originally games that were going to be third party anyway and on everything.
Well, Microsoft owns them now, so now they're Microsoft
Yeah.
games.
It is.
That's how that works.
To the victor goes the spoils. Yeah, and these
Yeah.
are their games.
WWF bought WCW,
Yep.
and now they own WCW
Yep.
stuff.
That
So
title
said,
is their
look,
legacy. Like
all that
said,
stuff
look.
is their legacy.
We're going to kill off Xbox so we can lift up Microsoft Gaming. That's really what the play is. Like, we need to get rid of Xbox and just be a third party publisher and make Microsoft Gaming is great. Xbox,
It's fine.
Today, Xbox added the Retro Classics app to Game Pass, free for all members. This Retro Classics app is a partnership with Antstream, which you may have seen. They're the people that have been selling like these games for the last couple of years, where you can buy the game and subscribe to their retro game cloud service. You can cloud stream these games. So Xbox has now partnered with them to bring over 50 classic Activision and Blizzard titles to this Game Pass app, and they say that more is on the way. So I tested this out today. It's pretty neat. Like, I definitely want to shit on it just because it's cloud streaming. Like, I just like, this is lame.
I'm gonna.
Especially when like they've talked about how much game preservation and back compat and stuff means to them to like enter with a classic cloud streaming option. Now I'll tell you, when I played it, I didn't like, it's hard to notice. Like, there may be some artifacting like in between cutscenes, but like it plays like it's native. Until when I was playing Pitfall, I got a network error, and like a whole pop-up screen just went network error, and I'm like, why are we fighting network errors to play Pitfall? Like, what the fuck is going on?
The original Pitfall?
The original Pitfall, because that's all these games are. That's not like Xbox wasn't around, so all these games are like Atari 2600 games. It's a bunch of stuff like that.
Commando, Grand Prix, Kaboom,
Grand
Mech
Prix,
Warrior,
Kaboom,
Pitfall.
Yeah, that's what's on there.
When
That's
they
what
say
the
retro,
service is.
they mean retro.
They mean it. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to play these games. Like, that was like this is DOS games, Delvin. Why
it's-
we are
it's-
streaming DOS games, I
Atari
don't
boxing.
understand. Yeah,
Checkers.
it's a shit ton
Bridge.
of Atari stuff. There is a Mech Warrior, right? Is on there, which is a PlayStation game.
Getting more
So-
advanced now.
Yeah,
Firefighter, Dolphin, Enduro.
a lot of it
Fishing
is like that
Derby.
Atari shit that I make fun of Atari and NES, where
Those
the
are all
game
Atari games.
the game is exactly what it's called. Like, they didn't have like fantastic. It wasn't like, it was just golf, boxing,
Lee
firefighter.
Trevino's Golf.
It's amazing that the games weren't just called Jump, Move. But I messed around with it. It is completely Xbox branded, so this isn't like the Ant Stream Online, whatever. Like, when you open the app, It opens with an Xbox chime. It has an Xbox background. It has an Xbox logo. There are Xbox filters. Like it works with achievements. It has cloud saves. You can this is crazy. You can cloud stream the cloud service. So like if you don't have a console or PC, you can open up your phone and open up the Xbox app and then launch it through their own cloud streaming thing. It works. Like, like I played, I don't know, 3 games I messed around with for all of 7 minutes. There was no input lag or anything, because of course not, because it's just left, right, jump, right? Like there's not a whole lot to it. But as much as I would love to, I'm not gonna just absolutely, like, I think it's neat. It's free. It doesn't cost anything for anybody. It's not hurting anybody. I'm not interested in any of these games, but I would be more upset, and probably will be in the future, when this just becomes like their path of back combat. Is, well, we'll just let you stream it all. And it's like, go fuck yourselves. It feels like maybe this is like a teaser for that. Like, hey, let's just get everybody used to streaming. We'll just give everything to them via the streaming service. I hope that's not the case. And I don't necessarily think that is. It is just a bummer with Xbox, especially like all the goodwill and excitement they had when they announced back combat. Do you remember that? Xbox One, they were like backwards compatibility, and like it was so exciting. Like, fucking, here we go. To now be sitting here, it's like, now you get to stream an Atari 2600 game. It's like, or I could just buy the Atari collection. Like, go F off. Like, I'm not going to mess with this.
And D-Life is going to tell you this is the greatest thing ever. It's going to put Xbox.
I don't think so. I think he was like, I'm not messing with that at all.
He's not, but he's still going to tell you it's amazing.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Yards, these games are 80 years old. If they don't look good streaming, what are we even doing? Like, that is, because you think about it, like, these games are like, what, like 4 megs? Like, what are we doing? Like, why?
It's legit blips and bloops.
I literally wondered this when this Ant Stream thing came around a couple years ago. I was like, why would anybody do that? Like, why would anybody pay you ongoing to stream this stuff? When, like, you can literally play this on literally anything. You can play those games, I think, for the most part. You can play these games on anything, either via emulation or just buying it. You've got the arcade archives, right? You've got the Atari collection. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. So
I guess it's just, just an added bonus for Xbox if you have,
it's
Game Pass,
something you can do. Yeah. It did work well. Here I was like, I don't want to shit on it, and I still ended up doing it anyway.
I mean,
it's fine.
It's whatever.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass, you're getting Monster Train 2, Division 2, to a T, which is an Annapurna game, Metaphor, Fantasio, Spray Paint Simulator, Crypt Custodian, Stalker 2, Creatures of Ava, and Tales of Kinzera Zao. Coming to Game Pass by the end of this month.
Because I thought Monster Train 2 said Money Train 2. I'm like, oh, sequel to Money Train. Let's go, baby. No, that's not what it is.
Money Train 2, the movie, the game.
Yes.
Part 2 remastered, season 3.
Part 1.
Headlines. Hellblade 2 is officially coming to PlayStation 5 this summer with PS5
Welcome home.
Pro enhancements.
Welcome home, Senua. You're back where you belong.
I hope people play it and like it this time.
I do too.
That would be great.
I mean, look, you already know it's going to be better on PlayStation. It's getting the enhanced edition, and we're going to love it there because this is where Senua belongs. He's home.
They said they had some content that they were going to bring back to Xbox consoles. I couldn't imagine what that is.
Bring back?
They said that they had that this new edition, the PlayStation edition, will have some content that they will add to the Xbox.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whatever because it's the enhanced
like
edition. So whatever they're enhancing.
Yeah.
All the added features and bonuses are going to also be on PC and Xbox as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get the definitive edition as it should be. All is right in the world.
Hope this game finds an audience. I really do. It's a great game.
You know it will. It's on
no
PlayStation.
mention of an actual physical copy or anything like that.
Of course not. We're not doing that.
Limited
or
runs
if it's still $50, I'd imagine.
No, you can only wish list. It doesn't give a price yet.
Yeah. A year after release, Activision is shutting down Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, which I found to be a surprise. I was like, that is surprising. I figured it was just like a free moneymaker for them.
I would have thought so too.
Yeah, they
Why?
said they weren't reaching the numbers they wanted to.
Interesting.
So much for mobile
I
being the
mean-
future.
Was it just costing them too much to keep the servers up and keep everything going?
I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting. Yeah, whatever.
This is a
C'est
fun
la
one.
vie.
Gearbox's Randy Pitchford says real fans will find a way to pay $80 if that's what Borderlands 4 costs.
Randy
He
Pitchford
can go
suck
fuck
my dick.
himself. Yeah.
The quote
Like-
was actually, I want to say the full quote was way worse. I didn't write the whole thing down because I try to keep
Oh, I read the
our,
full
our
quote.
headlines.
Oh yeah, so
try
did
to-
I. It was.
I try to
it was
keep our
way worse.
headlines to like one line.
He can eat
Didn't
a
he
dick.
say, he said something like some NES game he liked or Sega game used to be $80.
Yeah, it was $80. He was working
Yeah.
part time and blah blah blah. I'm like, you
Yeah.
just sound like an entitled
Uh-huh.
prick. Like,
like-
you can fuck off.
Fucking gas was like 50 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
You could go to like the Sizzler and get a steak dinner for like $4.99. Like shit's different.
$1.99. $1.99. Let's be
Shit
real.
is different these days. Like what is it? I hated that when Mario Kart World was 80. That's all I heard from Nintendo Spaces for a month. Back in the Super Nintendo, it's like nobody gives a shit. It was a long
Nobody
time ago.
cares.
Why do
Vastly
you keep
different.
saying that? Stop
And I-
saying
A
and
that.
I've
really
been saying
long
it before.
time
Acting
ago.
like this is the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I keep saying it. You can't fucking tell me we
If
have
gas
record
was still
profits.
$1.99, then
Like-
I wouldn't complain.
Are we
But
talking
gas
about, like,
is $5?
1994 when Taco Bell had like the 69-cent taco or some shit.
Yes.
Like
Oh man, the
You used to
Mexi
get-
melts.
we used to get like the 2-for-1 like cheeseburgers at McDonald's. Like
Yeah.
Bro, I was looking at. There was a post that talked about how McDonald's had 2 cheeseburgers for like $2.50,
yeah,
and now
I
that's
sent
just
that
like
to you.
$8.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw
Like,
that post.
I can't take my family to Wendy's for dinner for less than like it's like damn near $50
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane.
for 4
It's
combos.
insane.
You know, but it's like sure, yeah, let's just go back to when those prices were the same and act like those are the same thing. Let's forget all about the fact that those were cartridges and they cost more and that they were rentable and that was the medium. Like let's throw all that out and let's just pull the number and be like these are the same things.
And real fans, if you
I
don't get
can't-
the out of
I
here with
can't
that,
fucking
It's the
stand that.
arrogance and the privilege that people say like, oh,
Mhm.
we could just raise our price to $80. That's why I hope some of these motherfuckers fail. Because it's just
Yep.
greed and arrogance that's driving this. And this type of hubris.
The
it's
problem
that
with
same Sony PS3. You'll get a second job to afford one bullshit.
the problem with that, Delvin, is that some will, but guess who won't? The biggest
Although-
brands that have the biggest reach. They won't fail.
That is true.
What will fail is the people that can't exist between them.
Exactly.
So
And
yeah,
that's
like
what
I
sucks
think
about this.
I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a lot of people being like, indies are the future. Their games are $30, $40. Like they think everybody's going to buy that, but they won't. That's not what everybody will do. That's
And
what
I've been saying that for
game
the
media podcast fans will do. But that's not what everybody do. What
That's
will
not
do,
the
what,
mass public.
what
The
will
mass
what will
public's gonna go
happen?
spend $80 for Borderlands
Everybody
4.
will buy Madden and Mario Kart, and they'll be out of money to buy anything else, and then those other games won't be
Hey.
able to sell.
And that's what I've been saying for years now. Like, if you want to see other studios, these smaller studios, make different stuff that's unique, you have to support these studios, or they're gonna go away. If you keep supporting these big assholes who say shit like this because they know they're gonna get your dollar, they're gonna keep doing this shit. That's all
true.
it is.
Hey, well, I'm buying Mario Kart. I'm part
I
of
got
it.
mine for $50. So
I'm buying $80 Zelda. I'm doing the same thing.
but the thing is that the difference is down here. You're also buying like
I know,
every other
I know.
fucking game under the sun.
But
I'm buying all the indies too. I don't.
Two-
feel
You're
bad about it.
buying everything.
I'm trying to keep everybody afloat. I'm trying.
Two-
I'm doing my part.
to be fair, not that I know of, Nintendo didn't make a comment as stupid as this.
No,
No.
of course not.
So
I'm just pointing out that these brands. I don't know if Borderlands is one of these brands or not. I think so, but they might be like on the mix. But
They
like
kinda
these
are.
brands. These
Borderlands is gonna
brands
be
will keep
just
selling.
fine.
They're going to
Yep.
sell.
Mhm.
Like Diablo will be fine. This is Call of Duty will be fine.
yeah,
Those aren't the ones that'll suffer. It will be the Hellblades that suffer.
correct.
Suffer more.
Correct. Correct. So
Yeah, he could have easily. I mean, it's the arrogance of everything. He could have easily
Yes.
been like, "This is the largest Borderlands ever. We're doing this and that" to try to appease it
Yeah.
being $80.
No,
But
he was
instead,
just
saying what he said, like, bro,
quit being poor.
Because
that's basically what he said. Yeah,
He knows it's gonna sell anyway.
Correct.
That's why.
As much as we joke about the pores, like we're joking. He's dead fucking serious.
He's serious.
Mhm. I do think these folks, they've figured out, like they know what their core audience is, and they're pushing the limits on what they can. And I don't think they're close. I think they know. They're like, no, they'll pay more.
Yeah.
And it's
They
like
will.
hard. Like this hardcore folks, you're talking about people that buy Steam Decks and Allies and multiple consoles. Like there's money to be had.
Yeah.
You know?
Until there isn't.
Yeah, like there's a lot of talk. Like the world's hard. I mean, Rebecca's brought this up a couple times. She's like, people aren't going to buy it. They can't afford it. And I'm like, but they can though.
They can, they will.
A lot of people can. A lot of these people that buy this stuff will.
America will pay money for its entertainment. Like
Yes.
they just will. And when it comes to the big things, the major money makers like the Call of Duties,
Yep.
they're going to be just fine because people are going to buy those.
Yep, they'll make up for it somewhere else.
The key to it is for now. And I say that because we don't know how this economy is going to go in the next 4 years. And people are going to actually have the money to pay for these things.
True. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
can't see the future.
And
We'll see what
now,
happens.
not saying they won't buy them, but what I am saying is instead of buying maybe 4 AAA games a year,
This is the point I was making. That
they may
yes.
buy one.
So that's the scary part. But see, that's what the big brands are counting on. That's why they're raising the price, because they're like, but we're in the haves. They'll buy ours.
Yes.
They'll stop buying another one, but they will buy ours, and they're pressing.
Because, yeah, think about it this way. The people who buy the Call of Duty and the Madden and 2K, the reality is it's only $30 more for them. They're still going to buy all 4 of these games
Yes.
because it's
Yep.
not enough to make a real difference. It's not really putting a dent in it. $80 for Call of Duty when it was 70, whatever. That's $10 more. No big deal. $80 for Madden when it was 70, whatever. I was buying the combo pack anyway.
Correct.
Doesn't hurt them in any way. 2K, $80, okay. FIFA, $80, no problem. They're gonna. It's not a big enough difference to make the people who buy those 4 games change, and they'll still go out and buy Grand Theft Auto as well.
But for the
Yes.
people that buy all the games, I was making back when we were arguing about the Switch prices and everybody's a sticker shock is the downside of that is the people that do buy a lot of games. So you buy 10 games a year, 15 games a year. Over time, that's probably 12 games a year, 8 games a year. That means there's 2 or 3 games that aren't getting bought. That means there's 2
Correct.
studios that aren't making that sell. If you keep playing that butterfly effect down the road, it's not good. It's not good for the industry at all. That's more closures, more layoffs.
And,
You know?
and
Well,
also,
like Yarden says, they'll finance it. We'll just go ahead and put it on Klarna until they go out of business.
That's true. Yeah, just make them pay for it. You know, but by all means, tell me how Zelda was $90 back in like 30 years. Like that's, oh man, I can't tell you how much that like I don't want to say anger me, just really trigger me. People just like the Toys R Us. It's like these are not even remotely close to apples and oranges.
vastly different
Yeah,
situations.
they also weren't selling 60 million fucking copies of that game back then,
Yep.
like they are now.
Secret of Mana pissed me off every time I went to go try to buy it, and it was still $70. I'm like, will this game ever come to a price where I can afford it? Like $70, fuck, for
And
a
you could
SNES
price
game.
it high because the rental market was so lucrative back then.
Yeah.
You didn't
I
want
just
people
rented
to buy the game because you wanted them to rent it. That's recurring revenue.
And that's what I did.
Yeah, and that's
I
what they
miss
wanted. That was the
Blockbuster.
arcade model. That's what they want. And it's, man, it feels more and more like that's what they're trying to get to now. Like I think they don't want to sell you the game at all. They want you to pay to access it every so often.
Yeah, we're gonna Game Passify everything.
It's not just Game Pass. Like you just keep waiting for more and more of the. I'm going big publishers just start putting their own passes out. You know, like have the
God, we
Madden
don't need
pass
more
and-
of that.
But do you not feel like if that's
Yeah.
that's an alternative solution? If this train keeps going on the tracks it's going on,
Yes, it's going to go the route of what we have.
I
With,
mean, shit, Madden is already
HBO
really a pass
Max
when
and
you
all
think
that
about it.
stuff.
but it'll be software as a service.
Yeah, which I definitely
You
don't
rent
want.
access to this game.
Madden should be that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting.
We'll see what happens.
Bloomberg says Samsung has enough inventory to produce 20 million Switch 2s in the fiscal year by March.
Way to go. Everybody gets a Switch. You get a Switch, and you get a Switch. Everybody gets a Switch.
The associating part of this reporting was that they're also pushing for Nintendo to use their OLED displays for a revision.
Yep.
So before this
So
thing has
that-
even come out, Samsung is like, we've got
Let's put
OLEDs.
some
if you want
OLEDs
them.
on this. Let's go.
Switch.
Switch Pro.
It was either Digital Foundry or one of my YouTube channels. Somebody had asked them about that, and they were speculating on why not OLED. Somebody mentioned that OLEDs have issues with VRR. Is that a thing?
Yeah. So what I read the same thing. That
Okay.
it's not necessarily that OLEDs have an issue with VRR. It's that size. So it's that
Yeah.
size of screen to get like the OLED with the VRR and everything. One, they have issues, and then two, it's not doesn't fit in the cost range where Nintendo was trying to get it in.
I
So
wonder
that's part of it.
if we do get. I don't wonder if we'll get an OLED revision. I think we will.
We
I
will.
wonder if that OLED has VRR. Do you think anybody cares? I don't think anybody cares. The people that love OLED, I don't think they care. They'll buy an OLED because they want an OLED.
I don't think Switch people care.
Yeah, I don't think they care. Like they want an OLED. They don't give a shit about VRR.
I just want a bright screen. I don't care if it has.
I
VRR.
give a shit. I'm like,
I'm with you.
I felt like I was early to this. I'm seeing more and more people now, but I was definitely early. I've been here a year ago. I was like, no. I need the VRR. I would not move up a model for an OLED if I had
PC
to give up VRR. I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
you keep that.
PC people have been on this for a while because before VRR, it was like G Sync and FreeSync. So
FreeSync.
we've been on this train, so we get it. Console people are just now starting to understand the benefits of VRR.
I'm addicted to high
and
refresh screens.
how great it is, dude.
I'll never go back.
I just started getting 100 hertz screens for work. I said, no, you have 100 hertz screens now, Dell? Sign me up and send me those. The hell with 60 hertz.
Yeah.
Give me the
When
100.
I use a 60 hertz screen, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it.
you really do? Like, oh.
Mine is
So-
240, and it's glorious.
Yeah, I have never ventured that close to the sun.
Delvin's like, what are hertz?
That's a car company.
Is it a rental service? You guys moving or something? All right, Delvin, snap you back in here. Roman Reigns and Jason
Here we
Momoa in talks to join the new Street Fighter movie. This is great. I'm here for it. This is
They're gonna
amazing.
play Kid and Ryu.
No, they're not.
No. Kidding.
Who did they say Roman was going to play? Is it Akuma?
Akuma.
That's perfect.
That is not
It's perfect. It is perfect. You don't think
No, it's
Roman can do that?
No.
You just have to be intense and menacing. That's it. That's
He's
the
like
acting.
Akuma's like a skilled martial artist. He's like,
That's
the
special
guy.
effects. They got that. That's not a problem.
I don't know about that.
Dude,
I
I'm
don't
here
think
for
he's-
this.
I don't think he's Japanese. Isn't Akuma Japanese? Well, it doesn't matter at this point. They just make everybody anybody now.
Does it
Yeah,
matter?
that's true. That doesn't
Like,
matter.
it doesn't matter at any point. I just want look at white people. I know y'all love Roman Reigns. Y'all keep that same fucking energy for Roman Reigns that y'all have in a Little Mermaid.
What?
See, Dale got what I was saying. Dale got exactly what I was saying.
I don't understand. I get what you're saying. I just don't understand how they're the same thing.
Because
So if you make Roman Reigns play some white character, you change it the same way they made Ariel black, and white people had a fit.
Fit.
You know, that I
Y'all
understand. I
love-
remember that, but
So basically, if you make Roman Reigns play like Guile or something,
okay, but he's playing Akuma.
is he?
That's
Asian.
where, yeah, like that was
Who's
the
Asian?
rumors. He's playing Akuma,
who's
So
Japanese?
the Asians would have to
but
be
not
upset.
like
The
white
people
though.
aren't
Not
gonna
like
care.
white.
Well, white people too. Their whole point was
No, but he
you can't
doesn't
change
look
the rest of a
white.
character.
But that's the point. That's why I didn't react to that because I don't think these are the same things.
That's the same.
Why would that?
Akuma's not.
I
Like
see what
pale
you're
white,
saying.
though.
I see what you're saying.
Like,
I get where
if you
Del
look
was
at a
coming
character
from, but
screen of
you're wrong.
Akuma and then you look at Roman Reigns with some makeup, that could be very close to the same thing. Have you seen
Don't-
Akuma?
no.
Dylan?
I don't think
We've
so.
seen Akuma. You've
Okay.
never seen Akuma?
I've seen Akuma. I don't
I'd
think
be
he
pa-
looks.
I-
I don't
I'm
think he
gonna
looks
have that
nothing like
energy.
Roman Reigns.
I agree, and I'm gonna have that same energy. Don't do that. Find an Asian person to play Akuma. We don't need
I
Roman
agree.
Reigns doing that. That's terrible.
Roman, I'm
Tom
not.
Cruise.
I'm not opposed to
Tom
Roman
Cruise
Reigns.
is Akuma.
So we're gonna last samurai this bitch, huh?
Let's do it.
Oh,
yeah, works for
I'm
Last
not-
Samurai.
I'm not opposed to Roman Reigns
Who
being in the movie.
voiced Mario?
Oh, that was Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, Blanca.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Well, that works because Blanca's just a white guy. He's Charlie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Damn it.
Yeah,
Dowsing. Chris Pratt for Dowsing.
Chris Pratt is Dowsing.
I like it.
Let's do it.
Let's just go all out.
Mhm.
You know what? The Rock is Akuma.
See, I think the
That
Akuma
makes
thing,
a lot of sense.
again,
The
I
Rock-
think the Akuma
nobody-
thing fits.
nobody
I
knows
think
what
the
The Rock
Samoa
is anyway.
as Akuma works. It's not the same thing, Delvin.
They
You
just
really
make The Rock anything anyway. The Rock. Some days he's Asian, some days he's white, some days he's black. Who gives a fuck at this point? Just make him everybody.
Oh my God, they're making him. I just
See, he doesn't look nothing like him, and
Not
Akuma's
at
like
all.
old.
I know who Akuma. I'm just. This is awful. Why?
See,
We
see,
can't
damn
find an
Akuma.
Asian. We can't find an Asian actor to do this.
I can't be mad because the original Street Fighter had Guileless Van Damme.
Right.
The All American guy was played by the Belgian guy.
Bottom line, this is going to be absolutely terrible.
I agree. I think it's gonna be
But
bad.
the first one was too.
Yeah, but the first one was so bad it was funny and good.
Why can't this be that?
I think it could be that.
Then I'm here for it.
I don't
gonna
think
watch
it
it.
could
Don't
be
get me
that.
wrong.
We're not in that day and age anymore. We can't do this. You know, people will riot. People are too sensitive.
I'm trying to think what was
As
the
we've
last
just
movie.
explained by races and who can and can't be something.
Yeah,
It's a bunch
people
of
was
nonsense.
really mad. People
I
was
love
mad
that.
about
That makes the best TikToks.
People-
Have you seen the TikToks about all that? They started
I don't
casting
have
white
TikTok.
people as black characters, started casting
Yeah.
black people as Chinese. This shit was hilarious.
Yeah. People were mad that a character who was black got turned white, then got
they had,
turned
like-
back black, and they were
They had
furious.
one of them that was like Christian Bale as Martin Luther King Jr. and shit, and they had like AI. This shit was fucking hilarious.
No,
was it
my
Ryan,
God.
Ryan Gosling as Black Panther? I saw
Malcolm
that
X. This shit
Yeah.
is fucking
Yeah.
funny as hell.
one. Yeah.
Oh, this movie's gonna be a train wreck.
Probably.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm gonna love it.
I mean, yeah, you're the man of the Mickey Mouse movie, so right down your alley.
That movie was fucking terrible. Both of them.
Over under, the new Street Fighter movie is better than the Mickey movie.
Over. 100%.
Yeah,
Define better.
Definitely. It has to be.
It's got to be fun.
Does it?
Van Damme as Vega. Yeah,
I'm here for it.
let's do it.
No. Van Damme is Balrog.
I just want it to be. There it is. That's it. I just want it to be blood sport, but Street Fighter. Just do that and be awesome. And I'm here for
Yeah.
it. I gotta watch the Street Fighter movie with Jack. It's so bad.
It's so
It's
great.
Terrible.
It's so
It
bad.
is
It's so
fantastic.
hard to watch. Like you sit there, like, oh. You'll laugh at it, but it's still like
so
to sit through the
great.
whole thing. It's almost better to watch in like clips, like small doses. You're like, oh man, it was good. That the clips will have you being like, that was fun, and then you watch the whole movie and you're like, no, it's not.
Who is Jason Momoa supposed to be?
Told you they're gonna be killing Rome.
I was afraid he was going to be Akuma, and I was like, I don't think
That's
that
also
works.
a terrible idea.
I don't think that
Yes.
works. The difference being, Roman can be like intense and menacing.
He can be intense and menacing. I agree with
Momoa's
that.
just silly. I was like, that can't work. Like that doesn't work.
He was hilarious in Minecraft.
Was he?
I still haven't seen that yet.
He's
Yes.
very good in the Fast and
Hilarious.
Furious movie that he's in as the villain. He's
Yeah,
very good.
He is.
But
is good. I
again,
didn't see
but
that one.
silly.
He's good in
just kinda
Aquaman.
silly natured.
The movie's just terrible, but he's good in Aquaman. I'll give him that.
Can this movie be as good as the Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes.
Then I'm here for it.
I
'cause
mean,
I like
Mortal
the
The
Kombat
Mortal
was
Kombat
not
movie
that great.
wasn't great, so yeah,
It wasn't that
it
great. It
definitely
wasn't that
I liked it.
would be right there.
It wasn't
I-
that great, so yeah.
I liked it too.
I
but it
liked
wasn't
it.
great.
I
I
like
enjoyed it.
So if it's that good, I'm that's perfect. I'm good.
Yeah.
Virtual Fighter movie win.
Never.
Please, God, no.
Delvin hates Virtual Fighter.
So do I. Virtual
Why?
Get that shit the
Because
fuck
that
out of
shit
here.
is awful. It
Shit
was
is
ugly and
trash.
awful then. It's ugly
Yeah.
and awful now. Get that mess
Wow.
out of here.
Get
I
that
was
shit
right
the
there
fuck
with
out
you,
of-
Delvin, listening to the show like he's right. Why are you booing this man? He's right.
Make Roman Reigns the guy from Virtual Fighter.
Make Roman Reigns all the guys from Virtual Fighter.
Yes.
The Yarden jokes Jack Black is Cammy, but on Real Talk though, who is Cammy though? This is something you can't fuck up.
This is where Donnie draws the line. Like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Hey, you gotta say, whoa,
Whatever
jokes
you
aside,
want to do.
Yes.
but who's
Cammy.
going to be Cammy though?
What's that girl that everybody likes now? What's the
Sid-
famous-
Sydney
Chase girl?
Sydney Sweeney.
Yes, her.
It's got blinks from Delvin.
I didn't even hear what you said. What'd you say?
I said Shay Shay's girl as Cammy.
Oh,
She just fails upward and just gets to be Cammy.
that's makes sense.
I don't even. Oh God, yeah. She's
Sydney Sweeney is Cammy.
Yes.
Do you think she can be a martial artist?
No, she doesn't have to be. She
Right.
has to walk
Just look
around
at-
in the thong.
Did you see
it.
the
Boobs
the
up.
fighting in the first Street Fighter? There was no martial artist
fair.
there other than
That's
Van
true.
Damme.
That's true.
Do you
Very
remember
true.
the scene when he shot the Hadouken?
Facts. Chun Li.
I remember seeing that scene and this audibly loud saying in the theater, "What the fuck was that?" It's so bad. Who plays Chung Li? The
Did
same
you
person
say
played
Chun? Come on, Delvin. Chun. Get rid of the G.
Chung Li.
No.
Definitely. He just doubled down on the G. It was the hard G.
Goddamn right.
Terrible. You're setting us back. Come on.
Well, that's what 2025 is.
Delvin's like, I'm on board. I'm just getting with the program.
Getting ready.
He's like, wait a minute. What? I thought we were going back. Are we not? I thought that's the whole theme. I thought that's what we were doing here.
Yeah.
I thought it was America.
Just bring back Ming Na Wen. Make her do it again.
Yeah.
Make her
Mhm.
reprise her role.
That'd
She
be great.
still look great. Not gonna lie.
She still is great, and
I
she
was gonna
actually
say-
can do kung fu.
If you want to take a scroll through my TikTok reel, I can give you some candidates for
Yeah.
They exist.
If you can take, that's why
They
none of you
live.
motherfuckers is on my Instagram. Stay the fuck away.
I mean, like half of the AEW women's roster probably got a shot.
Hikaru Shida.
Perfect.
She's great.
Sony's
that
shutting
is-
down PlayStation Stars.
Boo.
Taking away Delvin's money.
Boy, I was hitting them motherfuckers up. So much they're like, you can't get a $20 thing no more.
Was that really that you guys are really like getting stuff?
Oh
out of that?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I never messed with it.
They was like, hey,
You don't buy PlayStation games, so that
Well, I
makes
know.
sense.
That's why. Yeah.
you
I
get
didn't know.
2,000 points, you get $20. I was fucking them
$20.
up every
Oh yeah, that
time.
was left and right,
How
left and
hard
right.
is it?
Give me my
How
money.
much do you get? How many points do you get when you buy a game?
It depends. I think I
Yeah.
want to say it depends on what level you are on the PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm. So
And,
like
how
a
much
$60 game was like 600 points,
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so you got a
depending on
$20
if it was-
coupon every
sometimes there'd be
third game.
bonuses. Mhm.
yeah. So I was
That's
getting
not
like
bad.
900 points at a
Yeah, that's
time.
not bad.
So every other time, like, oh, you got like $20.
I'm not gonna hate you because it doesn't feel like we have very many loyalty programs left at all. Like everybody's
was-
getting rid of that shit.
I think people was hitting it up so much they got rid of the $20 level of it, tier of it.
No,
got
they got rid of the $20 tier in certain areas because I still had access to the $20 tier.
I
I,
did. They took
remember
it
having
away.
that conversation. It went away for some people. In some areas, they got rid of it. Question: so you guys don't have like state sales tax in Florida? Do you have tax on any of your digital purchases?
Yes, we do.
See, I don't. There's no tax on any of my digital purchases
too,
at
as
all.
well.
We
I do
didn't
as
for a while, and they're like, "Oh, we taxing y'all."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we still
started,
don't.
We started that a couple years ago.
Wow,
Sales
shit, man,
tax,
look,
flat tax across all goods, digital and
Yeah.
physical.
Every
Yeah,
chance I
we're
got.
still exempt. I just redeemed a $5 one the other day with stars.
Every
Run me
chance
my
I got.
points.
boy. That's how I
Well,
would get so many games. 'Cause they're like,
You have until November 2nd.
oh, I'm finna hit them up.
So
Nah,
better
you
start
don't have
bu-
that long. You have till July 23rd to
to
earn
earn.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until November to spend them. You better start buying those Xbox games.
Yeah.
I ain't buying no fucking Xbox games. Kick rocks.
The title of the show is Rumor Season because we have a bunch, and that makes sense because we are in what would traditionally be the pre-E3 season. I don't know what like Summer Game Fest is cooking up, but there are rumors out there. Our first one, the big one, comes from Ecstasis, who shed light on Xbox's future. He said the future of Xbox is Windows-based Xbox devices, and that Microsoft is working with Steam and Epic via to support Microsoft Store integration. So I guess the idea is this: like you buy an Xbox console or whatever, PC, whatever you want to call it, and that through the store, like the Xbox Store or whatever, you could just download Steam, like you download Netflix now, and then you could launch that, and it would be supported officially, and you could just use Steam on that box.
So this is just the Xbox,
Um,
just a computer.
He said, so they're building a console-like shell to sit on top of Windows, basically SteamOS, to do that for you. So it's not a computer. Yes, it is a computer, but it has all the lookings of a console. He says their plans for back compat is Xbox emulation on PC. So the goal is that they want to build emulation to bring all of your library to this Windows environment console PC device thing. Mentioned that it's unclear if you would need to be a subscriber, a Game Pass subscriber for that or not. He said expect more Game Pass changes, and he said a price restructuring could be on the way with ad-supported tiers, a cloud-only tier. He did specifically say a PC-only tier with getting a significant price increase. And I'm wondering if your whole idea is to have this Windows-based Xbox device, why even have a PC tier? Or like it is just Game Pass at that point. They're all the same thing.
I was just thinking about the ad-supported tier.
Oh yeah,
You're in the
That's
middle of a
definitely coming.
game. And
Yeah.
it just stopped.
I don't think it'll be in the middle. I think it'll be on the
It'll,
Oh,
just
wow,
like
commercial.
it'll be like a banner, like a banner.
Before you
It won't
load
be a
it.
commercial.
Yeah, it'll be like when you load the game.
Stop the game during the game. Just show you a Burger King ad.
Yeah. I don't know why you're laughing.
This isn't new. Like they do this in things already, where
But-
instead of getting like a pause the game, you'll just get like a little banner ad and like
No, I'm talking about like mid-game.
like that.
Like just
Yeah,
straight
I
up
don't think
mid-game.
they're not going to interrupt your game
They
for
won't
this,
do that.
They should.
but they
That'd be
will
funny.
play you a commercial. I mean, they rent out space on the desktop now on Xbox to give you ads.
I just imagine being on that last level. Then you just hear BK, have it your
Have it
way.
your way. Yeah.
You know, it's funny though when the PlayStation turns on, I hear Burger King like that, doo, 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 whatever
Oh,
the sound
yeah.
is, because they did that with the Burger King commercial, so it's etched in my brain. I hear the PlayStation come on and I think Burger King.
Gotta buy ad blocker for your Xbox. Cold world, baby.
Like your PC.
Cold world.
The ad-supported tiers make a lot of money, so I definitely could see that happening.
Yeah,
I like money.
Especially if they ever, I remember, like in the future, if they ever venture out with Xbox, let's say they incorporate like Game Pass as a part of like Netflix or Amazon or something like that, having an ad-supported model makes a lot of sense. So I kind of always expect that to happen. So then Jazz weighed in on the next box rumors because, you know, everybody was talking about it. He says the target for next hardware is 2027 with a true Series X successor. So you'll get a new AMD-based Xbox console, I imagine. And then a Switch-like companion device, a true made-by-Xbox handheld, to include a dock. So they're going to even go that far, where you can dock the Xbox and then pick it up and take it with you. And that's
If you can't beat them, join them.
they want to do both of those things. You're going to have a traditional Xbox. You're going to have a Switch. You're going to be able to use any PC in the world to do this. If you don't want to buy either one of those things, there will be the Ally, Xbox Ally, all of these things at the same time.
Let's play a fun game. Let's guess the parts of each one. The handheld, I'm gonna say $5.99. The console, $7.99.
That's a lot. That's really high.
Do you see what the
I mean,
PlayStation
that's
Pro-
how much the console is right now.
That's not how much. That's how much one of the consoles. That's how much their consoles were. That's not the base
I
Series
mean,
X.
I mean, why are we making a base one? We make the big one.
I think the base will be the handheld.
Right.
The handheld is very interesting because it's almost assuredly going to be AMD based, right?
Everything is AMD based. Intel
Right.
makes shit processors right now, and they're too damn
So-
expensive.
I have got so many questions. Like, Delvin, you're like, how much does it cost? I'm like, can they even pull that off with a PC handheld? Like, is it a PC handheld? I'm assuming everything is.
I'm assuming it is.
The console is a PC console. The handheld's a PC handheld. As if it's literally a Windows-based handheld, can you even dock it and undock it like a Switch? Can they even do that?
I'm assuming it's gonna be
You
like
can't
a Steam
do it
Deck.
now. That's not how a docking station works now. It doesn't work that well. Trust me.
It
I
doesn't.
had them.
I imagine it's gonna be like a Steam Deck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be like a cradle with an HDMI out, and it's going to be a little weird.
Exactly. That's what I think it's gonna be, and that's why I say $5.99. It's gonna be like the price of a Steam Deck or some shit like that. And then the regular consoles.
I want to say both of them are $4.99.
Ooh.
$4.99.
$4.99.
That's a good
At
price.
launch.
Why would I buy that
Why would
Instead
you
of a
buy it
Switch.
anyway?
instead of a Switch? Like, I'm just thinking about
That's
this.
what I want to know. Why are they making a Switch? If they're going to put their games on Switch, why make a Switch?
Like, I don't understand. I don't get why any of this exists. To be perfect,
I don't think it's like a Switch. I think what Jez is saying, like a Switch, and I think like a Switch means an ally with a dock. And
Yeah,
that's not a Switch.
I agree. I'm
Yeah.
thinking just like an Xbox handheld that they can be docked, like Delvin's shitty dock that he has for his Steam Deck.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But again, why? Nobody's buying your hardware now. What are you doing to entice them to buy any of this?
that's a really good question. Steam.
Yeah.
They have Steam on it.
I don't. Does that do enough? Because then why not just buy the Steam box? Why not just buy the Steam Deck?
Well, there isn't one yet. That's a part of it. There isn't one.
The Xbox is gonna be the Steam Deck. The Steam
Yeah.
box.
So
Yeah.
then, you
That's what
put
it
Steam
sounds
on
like,
there.
really.
No, that's
So then
that's
you
been
put
the case.
Steam
That
on
is-
there.
We've been on this path. Yeah,
I'm never gonna buy an Xbox game. I'm just gonna get them on Steam.
correct.
Yeah.
So why? Again, what are we doing? What are we doing?
They're
Yeah.
doing something different on their continued. I don't know. Look, I don't want to.
It feels to me like Xbox is just throwing all kinds of thing against the wall and waiting to see what sticks.
Well, when
just-
Delvin said, "Guess what price this is," the edgy part of me wanted to say 0 because I'm not exactly sure if this is how it's going to go down. Like, I actually don't even believe this yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
I'm
saying
That's
very
that-
a viable answer.
I honestly think this Ally Xbox ROG Ally thing that they're doing, I think that could be a test. And if it doesn't sell very well, that could change things. I think
that
a
should
lot
be
of
the console.
people I think a lot of people think they know what Xbox is doing the next 5 years, but none of us had any idea what Xbox had been doing the last 2 or 3 years. So I don't think there's any way that you could definitively put your finger and say this is what they're doing. I don't think anybody
Absolutely
knows
not,
that yet. You know, when they leaked all of their future plans during their Activision trial, guess what? None of that shit has come out yet. So all I would say is that plans change. But a Steam Deck and an Ally with a dock is not a Switch. And I don't think people realize that when they talk about these things. The Switch
they don't.
experience is convenience, how seamless it all works, how it's all been refined to work. I don't know if you do that on a Windows-based thing, but maybe their wrapper console shell thing is the answer. I'm open to it. I am open to it. The funny thing about all these devices, you're like, if you buy Steam, why would you buy it? Like, I already have a PC. Why would I buy any of this?
Right.
My thought is, whatever they do with any of this, I should just open my PC one day and it's just here. Like, it just works with Windows one day. So, like, we should
What
all have it.
audience? What audience are they hoping to capture? Like, are they thinking they're gonna pull the little niche that is the Steam Deck and ROG community? Are they thinking they're gonna pull them into buying the Xbox instead? Like,
Do you really want
who are
my
you
honest answer?
targeting?
Let me give you my honest answer, which I've said before. I wasn't going to say it because I don't like feeling like I'm so much negative Nancy on Xbox. But I said this before. If they wanted to leave the console space, this is how you would do it. What they're doing is they are melding all of their markets into one thing. They're going to try to sell it. And when it doesn't sell, they don't have to say we're leaving the console. What they're going to say is, we built this for the app on Xbox. You can choose whatever you want to use that app on, which is essentially
What they're doing now?
they're getting out of the console
Mm-hmm.
while still giving you some semblance of what that used to be. Like, they're giving you an option. Like, this is here, you know, like, because there's still probably 20, 30 million people that want to buy it. That's not nothing. That's money to be made. That's significant money, right? And then if it doesn't sell well, And let's say, if we're not living in like a whole cloud future by then, which we probably will. But let's just say like this keeps going on, these generations as they have. Their next gen, they rely on third parties like Asus and Dell, and they're like, no, just let them make a console. Our app is on it. It just becomes an app. It's just PC. It's like, to me, all of this has been tippy-toeing towards vacating the space.
They're just slowly becoming Sega.
Yep.
But people
Except
don't believe
with
that.
way more games, with all the games.
A lot of people don't believe that they're vacating. They see this as, this is how they fight back. These consoles are going to be very successful. People want to switch. They're going to buy it to be a better, more powerful Switch. They'll have a console for the people who want to play console. If you have PC, they see this as,
If that was the case, they would
proliferation.
everybody be buying Allies. Everybody would be buying all of the handheld PCs, and the reality is they're not.
that's been my, well, you know that because we've been
Yeah,
doing this.
we've
My
been
take this
doing
whole
this.
time is
We-
there's no reason to wait for this future. This future exists now.
Already exists.
If you really cared, like this is what you wanted, you don't have to wait. Like you could do it, but nobody is. Nobody is. Like
Right.
nobody is doing this. But what I will say to make it somewhat optimistic, I am not opposed to 2, 3, 4 years from now. We wake up, we get that blog post from Xbox, and I turn on my PC and I start the Xbox, and it's like a fucking console just started on my PC, and it's, if that's cool, if they can pull it off, sure. I'm not like excited about it, but like, I'm not like against it. That's cool. All I care about are my games. If all of my games just show up here, if I hit that app and I can play Fable 2 without some streaming bullshit or anything, I'm a happy person. Like, that's great. Awesome.
So
Thanks,
basically,
Xbox.
like bringing the big picture experience to the Xbox
Yeah.
app.
Pretty much. You just do that, and that's
How
great.
have they not done that already?
It's a really good point.
You're a software company. What are you doing?
It was a funny part I was going to say about that Retro Classics app. That we got 50 of those games. We still don't have the Activision games like in Game Pass. Like they still haven't added all the Call of Duties and prototypes, and like none of that has come over at all. And yeah. But we got Pitfall and boxing,
Racer.
Yeah.
Jumpman. We got that shit.
Jumpman.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested. I would love to know how these conversations go with Valve. Like, I wonder, and Epic. Like, I wonder if your Xbox, like, so do you walk in and be like, hey, we're done making consoles. The PC is going to be our new console, and we want to work with you to make sure you're supported. I imagine the response from them would be, what's in it for us?
Right. We're already on the PC. What do you
We're
mean?
already doing that. Why should we support you? In which case, I don't know if Xbox is like, well, we'll give you money to do it. And it's like, I am kind of with you, Dev. It's like, what are we doing here, man? Like, just do what you want to do. Like, we all see what you want to do. Just go do that.
Xbox response be like, we don't know. Why else should we report you? We don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what is the incentive for? It's almost like Valve. If obviously, I'm not speaking for Gabe or anything like that. He's got his own thing. But if I was running Valve, and Xbox comes in, they go, hey, we're gonna make this console like handheld like console PC thing. We want you to support it. I'd be like, go sell 20 million of them, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Because like otherwise, why am I stepping out of my operating budget for you? Like,
We
what's
have
in
a
it
Steam
for me?
Deck. We have one of those handhelds.
And then I do question, like, is Xbox Play here? Do they think they can go to like Epic and go, we want 5% of every game you sell on our hardware? Like, surely they don't think they can do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Why would we do that?
Why? Right. Why would we do it? Like, it kind of comes back, why would they do that?
So,
I don't-
oh my God.
And I wonder, like, so like, one of the big updates today with the Xbox app on PC is that if you want to stream a game, when you go to press the cloud button, you have the option to use Microsoft Streaming or GeForce Now on some games.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah, I
right
saw
there.
that.
You don't have to pay for anything. So on this box, is that how it works? Like, I look up, I don't know, Call of Duty, and it's like, you can buy this game on Xbox, on Steam. Like, is it that open?
Right.
Do you have to go out of your way to get to Steam?
Yeah, and then the other thing is like, okay, you want 5% of the sales on the box. Well, then I'm just gonna tell people just go buy in the app on the PC,
Yeah,
and
that's
like
true. You could just
again,
bypass altogether.
Yeah.
I don't think they could even do that. I don't think that makes sense. But then the other question
no,
is, okay, so you've built a box. It's powerful. You sell 10 million of them, and those 10 million people just use Steam.
right.
Now what?
And this was my whole thing last night in the Discord. I'm like, okay, so what do we? Why am I?
Like
What are you
literally, if
doing?
those
What are you getting
people
out of this? It's just Steam.
they turn on the box and they just use Steam, are you going to charge for online in this PC console hybrid?
Yes.
And then if
Does
you do that,
Xbox
why am
Live
I
Gold cost you money? Why would anybody pay for that?
right?
PC is free online.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think is you get the subset of people who just don't want to deal with any of the PC stuff, and they're like, "This is just my new console. Okay, I buy my stuff through Steam, whatever." Like they just don't even really realize what's happening here, or they still just use the Xbox store because they don't know what Steam is, or the Epic Game Store. They're just like, "Oh, I'm just
Oh,
gonna
this is
buy
hilarious.
my games
Daniel
the
is in the
same way."
chat. Of course he is. He says,
Yeah,
I think this is the Steam backs with Game Pass. It's hilarious that he says that because here's my thing. When you keep playing all these scenarios out and whatnot, the reality is that that's what they should be doing. They should be incorporating Game Pass with Steam.
yeah.
And the
Instead of
Steam Deck
making the
becomes,
box, let
yes.
Steam make it, and
Yeah,
then
like
you just say we'll put Game Pass on it.
It seems at odds with this stuff. Like where they want to be, the things they want to do. It's like, what are you going to rebuild Steam? Because that seems
Right.
to be the path they're on. Is they're like, we're going to rebuild Steam, but we're also going to have Steam on it. That
It's
doesn't
just-
fucking make any sense.
Doing?
And it's like you really should just incorporate into Steam. Like if you really
Mhm.
want to be that flexible and reach new players, and yeah, then just like EA, you can buy the EA plan through Steam, right? You can just subscribe and just do that.
Yeah.
Just go sit
Like-
down with Gabe, figure out that, and now there's no problem. Now the Steam Deck is this. Now the Steam
Yeah.
box is it. Every PC just does this. Just do that.
Take all these R&D dollars that you're working to try to build whatever the next Xbox is, and just partner with Steam and release
I'm
a Steam box
sure
with Game Pass.
They could work out some backwards compatibility thing. Like, hey, we've got all these users and these licenses. We want to make sure they're okay over here. I'm sure that can be arranged. A lot better than, no, we're going to go build a Switch and a console and a PC and a wrapper and a launcher and backwards compatibility for, I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe this is naive of me for not knowing how any of this works. Native backwards compatibility for like your entire Xbox library on PC sounds like a lot of work. That sounds like a lot of work. You're not just building an emulation wrapper. You have to test tens of thousands of options. Like if you truly wanted to be like 100%, like
Yeah.
you want them to do the same thing. It doesn't matter. I start my app here or there. It's all the same thing. That sounds expensive. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why? Why? Oh, it just seems like a lot. Why do all that when you could
Yes.
just be like, hey, Gabe, we love what you're doing. Like, it's just
Yep.
like, just do that.
Yeah, and the reality is, much like what we thought with the Activision Blizzard purchase, we're gonna be completely wrong, and they do something totally different.
I kind of would love it if this was the thing that got them going again. I would love it. I would love to see that happen. But my point from the start continues to be the same. They felt like they couldn't go toe to toe with PlayStation. They said it was impossible. And they turned and set their sights on Valve, which to me, maybe I am wrong and I hate these words, sounds completely, wholly more impossible than fighting with Sony. Like, who do
Yeah.
you want to compete with, Sony or Valve?
Right.
Definitely Sony.
Epic has learned this lesson. It couldn't compete, and it's
they're
got
giving the
Fortnite
shit
and
away.
yeah, and they
Like-
and people are still like, can I just buy the games in Steam?
Yeah. Ubisoft, like they've all tried and failed. They all came from the
Mhm.
ring. I don't think a Switch tablet and a console box is the missing answer to this.
Yeah, Steam already has one of those, and so do several other PC makers. So now you've entered an even more convoluted market.
But I
And you think the
welcome
Xbox name is going to be the thing that puts you over the top?
I welcome more optimizations and support for gaming on Windows. Like, yeah, I kind of feel like had they done this from the start, if they had beaten Steam to this punch, this makes all the sense in the world. The problem is they're trying to put the horse back in the barn. It's like, yeah, the big folly in this plan is there's this gigantic Valve corporation here in the middle of it that you just think, oh, we'll just make that. Nobody's going to use that, though.
I would love it for all this to come out, and then Steam says, "Yeah, Half-Life 3,
Right.
game over."
Yeah, I really that's my biggest that's kind of where it's like I feel like they want to build the PC app to where it doesn't matter if they're making boxes or not. It's there. They've built the foundation. They can walk at any moment. I feel like this has been an ongoing thing now. For like 2 years, I basically settled in on this thought that they're going third party, they're leaving the traditional market. And I've never wavered from that.
Just pull the Band-Aid off already.
And that's all I've been saying.
Yep.
Let's just get on with it already. Like, just be on everything. I love it. Like that mantra is not hard to get. It's not hard to get behind. If they come out and guess what? We love games. We think Gears of War is bigger than
we're on
console.
everything.
Yeah, we're putting our games everywhere. You want to be Activision, so go be Activision. Go do it. This is weird. We're literally thinking in like 4 years from now, there's like 4 or 5 different Xbox console options. There's a Switch version, an Ally version.
You even call them consoles?
A Series X version and a Series X successor version. On top of any of this stuff is all the same on any PC. Because I assume that's the point, right? Is that like you and I, Dev, will open up our PCs and we'll hit the Xbox button and it'll work the same like it does on all these other consoles. That's the idea. So there's like 5 different devices. It's like a family of Xboxes.
Oh, good Lord.
Because what we're going to get to is that like Dell and Lenovo, they'll make their own certified for Xbox things. You'll have the Asus Xbox.
And who's thinking about grandma in this situation? She's going to be so confused.
Yes.
I'm trying to buy the Xbox for my grandson.
Well,
So, that's rumor 1. Before we leave, I can't see. Says, has Donnie turned heel on cloud?
yes.
Used to see him open to other types of gaming. I'm
Pretty
open to
sure.
cloud streaming. I don't like the idea. My fear with cloud streaming is it becomes the boat instead of the raft or the paddle. And I definitely feel like that's the MO behind a lot of the cloud support is developers, publishers, they love cloud because they bring you in, you can't run anything, you can't edit the game, it helps with piracy, helps with control, it helps with access and monetization. You rent access to the game. I think there's a push in those levels to let's get the cloud going. You don't need to buy the games, you just rent it. You just subscribe.
Keep it in the sky, baby.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It works in places that actually have the infrastructure to support that.
Yeah. Like I
don't work here.
I will stream if I'm on the go or something. Like I'll stream a game. I'm not like opposed to it. It works for me. I streamed today. I had the Atari 2600 game. I played Pitfall 2.
It still crashed
via the cloud. Network error. Yeah.
Pitfall.
But I've on a pinch, I've streamed a game or something on Game Pass. It's just not it's not so much that I've turned heel on cloud, it's that I've turned face on physical media in recent years.
Yeah.
I've just been
Cloud is a nice option to have, but I don't want to make it the only option
I don't
or
want it to be
the go-to. It's not number 1.
I don't want it to be in the top 10. Like I just want it to be a convenience. But I don't think that's the case. I think they want to get to where it is the thing. I think that's how they see it. They want cloud to be the console. That's I can already tell. Like that's the money.
That's why
right there.
Daniel is right there behind him.
They just want to
Lockstep.
put a logo on the TV. You don't even need a console. Just a controller. It's Stadia. You don't even,
Except Stadia worked really well.
And that's what it is. Like when it first came out, I was excited by the technology. It sounded cool. You don't have to buy expensive hardware. You can just play this here. And I was like, I remember on live.
Yeah, me too.
Like the technology I was excited about. And then I think over years now it's become more of a thing. I see what I think the future holds, and now I'm like, oh, this isn't good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, thank you.
The Verge says that Xbox is working on Xbox ports for Switch 2, and he notes which we will expect we'll hear about soon. So I wonder what he knows.
Gears. Now on Switch 2.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. Any other ports you think are coming over? Do you think they'll get Indiana Jones on Switch 2?
I have no idea. I don't know what the hell
I don't know
Xbox makes.
how does Indiana Jones run? Like, how is it a heavy game? Is it a lightweight game? I have no idea.
It has forced ray tracing, so there's that.
So Outlaws has that too, and Outlaws did not like the bit that they showed for Switch 2 did not look great.
Yeah, I imagine this will be, if it's Indiana Jones, be more of the same. A lot of the games that have that baked in kind of forced ray tracing, I think, will probably struggle on the Switch. But who knows? Maybe it could be a cloud version of the game on Switch. I don't know.
Fair. Can Delvin hear us? Did he take his headphones off?
I don't know.
He's back. Doesn't matter.
There he's back. He does not have headphones,
headphones.
so he didn't hear a word we said.
So this past week, we were talking about Switch's specs, their tech specs leaked on Shack, and Delvin was asking me, he was like, how do you think like the Switch went for a long time where like they weren't getting third-party ports or they were really bad?
Correct.
And he was like, do you think the Switch 2 will like, is that the end of that? And I said no. And we kept talking, and I don't think I landed that plane very well, Delvin, because we talked about the games like we think we do get, and I do think the casual games are going to make its way to Switch. The Maddens, the Call of Duties, I think they are going to get ports, and I think they're going to be fine. You play them 1080 60, maybe even better than that. They're going to be fine. But what I didn't say, but it was on my mind while we were talking, I just didn't get to it, was that like Star Wars Outlaws does not look like it's going to be great on Switch.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
So like I do think there are a lot of, and I'm not saying you're this, Delvin, I'm not pointing this out, but there are a lot of people online that do think that the Switch 2 is like PS5 territory. And I'm like, I on Shack, I've been trying to push back. I'm like, guys, it's not a silver bullet. Like, yeah, it's got DLSS,
Dab it back.
but it's not like the end all be all. It's not like Cyberpunk looks great. It put a lot of work in it to get it to look that great. You know, like, yeah, I definitely think I don't think we're out of the gate of the bad Switch port. I think we'll still have examples of those. I don't know about Doom the Dark Ages on Switch 2. I really don't.
You got to think about like how long Cyberpunk has still been in development.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge reason as to why it works on Switch, because
they
never stopped working on
support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cyberpunk have like a PS4 version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're using.
Cyberpunk was originally supposed to be on the PS.
They started on the Switch version with the PS4 version.
See, that's what I was thinking. That's
and then
first
they built
thing
on
came to my
top
mind.
of that.
Yeah.
Using DLSS and all the other things. But like
so unless
Doom,
all these companies were building that out already, it's gonna be a while before you see them on Switch 2, or they're gonna be shitty versions.
Yeah, I think Doom is gonna get ported to Switch. 100% Doom's gonna come to Switch 2. But that baked-in ray tracing may need to be ported out, or the game may need to run at 30.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's likely.
I don't want 30 FPS Doom. I don't think a lot of Doom fans do. That's kind of the whole point.
Doom shouldn't be allowed to run at 30 FPS.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point. Like I would
a reason why you don't have any options on your PS5, because you're like, no, you're gonna run this at 60. We're not playing with you.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where I would rather them port the game and build a new lighting model than run it at 30. Like, don't do that. 30, that's the worst option. Don't do that. Like, that game would hit a lot different if you were playing at 30 frames.
Yeah, you kind of need that fluidity.
Yeah, that kind of would disrupt a lot of it. Yeah. And that's what, like, Panic Button did with the first Doom. Like, but the Switch, by tech specs, had no business running Doom, let alone Doom Eternal. None. But they got it out of it. And I think they'll do the same thing with Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think they will, because, I mean, knowing what little I do know, I watched, like, the No Clip documentary, I listened to a couple podcasts. Like, the folks at id, they're like, no, it needs to be 60. Like, that's kind of the whole, like, they start there. But like,
Mhm.
we'll get it to 60,
That's
and
the
then
baseline.
and it's like, then we'll see what we can do to it. But it's got to be 60. So that means if they got to run that shit at 580, 580p, it'll be 60 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. So the next rumor, it's not really a rumor, it's somewhat produced. We just don't really know what it is. So it'll
Correct.
start rumors. But Neil was on podcast, and he did mention that Naughty Dog has multiple projects in the works. The other project being, obviously there's Intergalactic. The other project he's not the director of. He's just a producer of. So they've got something completely different in the works. Excited?
No.
No, not really.
I
Any
mean,
idea when that comes out? It's really hard to
that's-
speculate,
and-
right? There's no
and
idea.
that's why I have zero excitement because I don't know what it is or when it's coming.
Sure.
So it goes in the forget about it.
Yeah. Prominent multiverse data miner says Injustice 3 is in development.
They've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I can't wait though. I'm excited for Injustice 3.
They just shut down work on Mortal Kombat.
So maybe it's coming
I
eventually.
don't know about soon, but announced
I
soon.
mean,
Eventually.
that would make sense if they're pivoting to finish up Injustice
Yeah.
3. That makes sense.
And kind of, they, relatively speaking, they get these Mortal Kombat games out pretty fast.
Yeah.
They kind of knock them out. You don't really wait too long for them.
I bought Mortal Kombat 1 when it was on sale for $10 with hopes that we would get a free patch on Switch 2. And then they released the definitive edition, and I was like, "Oh, that's going to be the patch
Nope.
for Switch 2.
That's the patch,
Like,
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
need the definitive edition."
Fucked up A-Rod.
So I'll have to wait for whenever that patch goes on sale. Like, I'll continue to wait to play it. But I did bet the futures. It was $10. I was like, maybe. Maybe I'll just go 10 now. And like, maybe. Might have missed out on that one. Fall Guy director David, I don't know how to do this. Lich
Look at it.
Leech looks right.
is in
Leech.
talks to direct the Gears of War movie. I never watched Fall Guy.
Oh, it was all right.
I don't even know
I
what
didn't
Fall
like it.
Guy is.
That's the movie with Ryan Gosling. It's based off the 80s TV show.
There's an 80 TV
I just
show
knew it
called
was like
Fall
a
Guy.
gaming movie.
Yeah, The Fall Guy.
Yeah. It was good though. Like people liked it generally.
Yeah, people liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. Fine.
I never seen it. Couldn't tell you anything about it.
So they're gonna bring Batista back for Gears of War.
They should.
They
He's
should.
little now.
So we got CGI for that.
That's
He
true.
could be.
digital.
He could be.
Let's make the arm.
The muscles is digital.
That's right. Puts on like those fake arms.
Don't even need that. They just digitize it.
Put Roman
Oh,
Reigns
no,
in
su-
Gears of War. Well, what am I fucking? He'll
That
probably
makes
be in
more
it anyway.
sense.
He'll be in it too.
That
He'll
makes
do
a lot
too.
more
It'll
sense.
be The Rock, Batista, Roman Reigns.
Good lord.
John Cena.
WWE.
John Cena.
Can we?
Seth
Who's the
Rollins.
black
all
guy?
those guys. Jason
Can we get
Momoa.
the
Can we
black
get
guy.
Austin Creed to play the black guy?
No, can't do
Black
that.
guy.
You know, get
Coltrane?
The Rock to play the black guy.
Oh,
I'm gonna play the black guy and the white guy.
True.
He's gonna be like my man from Sinners. He's gonna play a dual role.
Robert Downey Jr. plays the black
That's
guy.
good. That's a good. Al.
Yeah.
Good one. Robert
I'm
Downey
here for
Jr. is
that.
Coltrane.
I'm here for that. That I can get behind.
So
Oh
with
my
all
God, he
those,
killed
all
it in
that
Tropic
said,
Thunder. Oh,
Yes, he did. Great movie.
could you imagine if they tried to do that today? Could you imagine?
They should.
people would be so mad.
People
but
would lose their. The rage bait
I-
alone is like
Yeah.
ruining actual discourse, but like oh boy,
I loved him in Tropic
I-
Thunder.
I
It was
always-
so good.
so funny.
I always love because it happens every few months on Twitter. People will bring back up that Tropic Thunder tweet about Robert Downey Jr. And all the black people are like, no.
Yeah,
one's okay.
this, was,
Like,
this is good. This was
okay.
great.
This one is okay. Leave
Keep
this one
My
alone.
name out your mouth.
Exactly. Like, you can talk about all the other shit. This one leave alone.
Oh, I
That's
need
the
to
news.
watch that. All right. So we had some controversy with the Rude
Some.
Boy segment. Yeah, some. I said what I
A
said.
bunch.
No, it wasn't doing a bunch, but some. All right. So right now we're gonna get a little protest update. Said, congratulations to Delvin, as the Council of Rules has overturned the point from March 19th, as they deemed the question from the Rude very questionable. This still doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because Devin still wins.
This feels like when like some regular, like when Hawaii wins, like when come all in one like Hawaii or some shit, when we just still lost the fucking election.
Yep, you got 3 votes. Thanks.
Like who gives a fuck?
District of Omaha.
Yeah.
You spent $90,000 on the court case to win $5,000.
Yeah, that's what it
I
feels
won.
like.
Did you? Did you win?
But really. Just so you feel better, you're 1-0 in protests for the year.
Congratulations.
Okay. As the protest from last week goes,
Counselor,
the Council of Rudes would like to hear Devin's take before making a decision. The Rude would like to remind everyone from last season he did take mail-in answers from Devin. That was not
so he was
previously
cheating that
called
long
out.
ago?
First of all,
way back then.
First of all, fuck you, man.
Give me the one. Give me the one. So first of all, I don't care what you say. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. All right. And I'm going to mail in my answers because I'm here for these points and I'm trying to win. Like I just won last season. It's not my fault.
Like a vote for Biden.
You weren't smart enough to mail in your own answers when you're not here. That's on you. You can't be mad at me for gaming the system. All right. So I'm going to continue to do that. You guys didn't complain about my other mail-in answers, so I don't see why this should have any legs to stand on.
I don't remember any of that. Look here, Rude Days.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It happened. He pulled the receipts.
I need 3 to 5 votes. We're not talking a lot of votes here. I mean, come on. I just need you to go back and find me the votes.
Yeah, like just 3 or 5. Just 3
Otherwise,
or 5
things might not be good for you. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I play the game and I play to win. All right, that's that mama mentality. If I'm not here, I'm putting in my answers because I'm trying to win. It's not my fault.
Shots up.
Didn't think the same. Exactly.
He's getting shots up. Even in Cabo, he's getting shots up.
Yeah. If you're gonna play the game, Delvin, play to win.
It's time to start
so that's
cheating.
My rebuttal. Let me know what you're gonna do, Rude Days.
I didn't know cheating was on the table.
There have been so many times where he has given you things to try and help you. All right. All the WWE stuff, all the things he does. Here's some free points, Delvin.
And then like he hasn't given you the same
WWE
thing.
Question.
Good.
Let me go back to Twitter. I don't think I wrote it down.
Yeah. So either way, Delvin, you're always getting a little bit of help. And when you don't show up, me and Donnie collude. That's on you. You can write your answers in, but you want to be, not paying attention to the Discord. That's your fault.
I tried to play fair.
Fair?
That was my first mistake.
Fair? I'm not playing fair. What is this?
You're correct.
What is this, grade school? No. Playing to win.
Yeah, you're right.
And when you're down by 2, I'm trying to go up by 4.
Yeah.
Up by 4, I'm trying to go up by 8. Up by 8, let's go up by 20. I want to win by 50 if I can.
Look here, Rude Days. You're the reason this country's in shit position it is now for allowing collusion and shit like this to go on. I personally blame you for this.
So yeah, my mail-in should continue to stand. Plain and simple. Just get on board with the mail-in votes. It's not hard. It's very easy. It's very easy. So for this week, true or false? Sony will either delay or cancel Marathon or Fair Games before August 31st. He says August 31st is because that's when this season of Rude Games will end. The Rude is thinking true.
When is Marathon supposed to come out?
September. I don't even think Fair Games even have a release date.
I don't even know if Fair Games is even a thing.
No.
That was in the news recently. Like what happened? The director leave?
Jade Raymond. Jade Raymond.
Right.
It's her
Jade
studio,
left.
and she died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one she
again.
left. Yeah. They'll cancel.
That was her studio. Her studio.
Yeah,
She
she
founded
left her own
and
studio.
then left. That's usually not great.
No.
Yeah,
That's
no,
usually
it's
not
not-
great.
it's not
I don't even
great.
know if Fair Games. I don't even know if we hear from Fair Games. Like Fair Games might be quietly canceled.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
So did Fair Games.
Yeah.
That sucks though. It had our Bad TV girl in it, right?
It did.
Yeah.
I
She was
think
the
it
voice.
did.
Yeah, she was a voice actress, and she was like in the original pitch, the original trailer.
I deleted that from memory. I needed more memory space for more
That
important
sucks.
things.
I'll say true. Why not?
Yeah, I'm going with true.
Delay
It's supposed to come out
sounds
September 23rd. Delay seems imminent.
most likely.
Seems
Yeah,
necessary.
delays. This shit might happen tomorrow morning. Like it seems like it might be delayed. At least reading the wins.
Delvin,
Leaves.
what say you?
Now let's clarify. When we say they will delay or cancel it,
Mhm.
this is Sony announcing that they delayed it, right? Like a PlayStation blog post, something like that.
Yeah.
Not just like nothing happening.
Huh?
I mean, the game has a release date. So
But if
somebody,
if they don't say nothing, that means it's still active.
yeah,
Now,
if they
let's
don't
just
say
say
if
Yeah.
they don't delay it before August 31st, then if you say false,
Like what I'm
then you get
saying
the point.
is, what I'm saying is, give me understanding. If they just don't say anything at all,
That's no.
But they
not
canceled
delaying
it.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm
Fair
saying?
Games. I think we're really thinking about
like they
that.
just don't say
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
They don't personally announce it.
They can do that with Fair Games. They can't do that with this. With
Correct.
Marathon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
But again,
Got you.
it has to be something by August 31st. Remember,
Yeah.
we're looking at a date here. So they have to either say nothing or say something by August 31st. So true, they say something by August 31st, or false, they say nothing.
You know what? What the hell? I'll say false. Let's play on the wild side.
Delvin has chosen poorly. Next, he wants to know, who do we got? Knicks or Pacers? 1 point for the winner, another point for the correct amount of games. The Rude is taking the Knicks, much to Smoking Joe's chagrin, in 7.
This makes no. We all lose. That's what the. There's no picking a winner. We all lose in this scenario. We've all
Pretty
lost.
I
This is
think
awful.
you know what?
Nobody likes this.
I agree.
I'll take the Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 7.
I also think Knicks in 7.
They're just better.
Knicks have.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're gonna win, but they're just better. Their
Yeah.
5 is better than their 5.
Mm-hmm. Better 5, more cohesion.
Yeah.
A little bit more playoff experience.
No injuries. You never know.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean don't play the game.
That's
You
the
never
real
know.
thing.
The
injuries.
Pacers got a real shot, but if I had to
Yeah, they
bet,
do.
of course, yeah, Knicks in 7.
Going with the Knicks. Because, fuck Boston.
We're gonna have a New York Knicks, Oklahoma City finals. Ugh.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm okay with it. Because
You're okay with it, but you're not going to watch it. That tells
Right.
you, like, no, you're not okay with
I
it.
didn't watch last year's finals.
He hasn't watched it all. I don't think. He
Yeah,
hasn't watched
I'm-
one
You're
game.
so okay
See
with
the
it. Like,
playoff.
no, I'm not watching this shit.
I'm just happy to see other teams. I'm good with it. I'm all right with it. I might rather the Timberwolves go because I really hate the way Shai initiates fake contact and gets all the fouls. Like, that shit drives me nuts. I hate
My fear about the Wolves going is that the Knicks could beat the Wolves. I don't think the Knicks can beat the Thunder. That's the scary.
Yeah.
I
Worst
1000%
case
agree with that.
scenario is the Knicks win.
Yeah, then we will never hear the end of it.
That's the worst case scenario at that point.
I live in Miami.
I'll take the Thunder win, a Wolves win, a Pacers win, all better outcomes than the Knicks win.
Yes, I live in Miami. There's a lot of New Yorkers here, and I
Oh,
would
yeah,
never
there
hear the
are.
end of it. Like, I'm like, go the fuck back home.
They prance around.
I
like
won't hear a
NBA royalty. It's like, bitch, we have more rings than you. Like, what is going
Y'all
on?
ain't won nothing since the 60s.
Yeah, just go. Ain't not supposed to say. Go back to New York. Stop going to Miami
Yeah.
fucking up shit. Smoking our weed, trying to
And
fuck
for the
our women.
longest time,
Go back where you
Go
belong.
back to New York, B.
It is crazy how like the era of
raggedy
the
ass
Knicks fan
Timberlands.
are, because for the longest time the Knicks were like a joke. They're like the Cleveland Browns of the league.
Yeah.
Like they were terrible, you know. But they still, they were royalty for some reason.
It's because the Garden is the Mecca. We know New York point guards are always good, and they even though they were terrible, they were always just kind of like they're always around. That's part of it. Like the '90s, they were
Remember
always
those
there.
Zebo year? No, the '90s were good.
They were good
They
in
were
the
good
90s.
then. But
Even
like
in
since
2000,
then,
there was a couple of off years, but then they also had Carmelo, so they
Yeah,
were
they were good
always
in the
around.
2000s.
they
had
weren't that
Amari
great
Stoudemire.
with
They were-
Melo. Like that's
They
the
weren't
thing,
great,
though.
but the Eastern Conference was also trash, so they were
Like they
always
got
just
hot with
around.
Linsanity, and they did have those years of Melo, but they had those Zebo years. They had some really bad years.
They
man.
had they had some,
Isaiah Thomas president year, like really bad years.
they had
Like,
some really bad years, but
Oh.
then when you put it against like everything, like there still have always been
as a
just
Cavs
kind of in
fan,
the
you're
mix.
like, oh goodness gracious,
Yeah.
get it together over there.
It's the Knicks, baby. It's the Knicks.
Get them dirty Tim motherfuckers up out of here.
Yeah, but
I
90s,
want
you're
them
right.
to lose.
90s wasn't bad. But even then, they didn't win anything. They're not.
No, they got to the
royalty.
finals once and lost.
Because Michael
Yeah, I
Jordan
mean,
was
you could
there.
say the
Then
same
Hakeem
thing
was
about.
there.
You could say the same thing about like the Pacers and the Hawks. Like they made it to the finals the conference every once in a while. It's like
Not
so
the
did they.
Hawks.
So did
Not
they.
the Hawks. The Pacers.
Hawks.
Yes, the Pacers were around for a while. The Hawks.
Hawks were bad.
They went to playoff. They've probably gone to the playoffs 20 times more than the Knicks have in the same amount of time. Since like 2000.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I would bet, not knowing, I would bet since the year 2000 the Hawks have went to the playoffs more than the Knicks have. I think that's true.
That's an interesting
Joe and
take.
Dim went to the playoffs like 8 years in a row. Corver, Horford, that was a good team for a long time.
I feel like for a while the Knicks were like an 8 seed.
Like even the
Yeah, like
Bulls
they
went there.
always just seemed like they were an 8 seed. Yeah, like just always
Getting swept.
just barely making it
It's
there.
swept.
Just getting swept.
Yeah, absolutely. Just,
Like, why are you even here?
the Knicks have only been to the playoffs 8 times since the year 2000.
Okay, now do the Hawks. I just want to comb through their season.
8 times. Wow.
19 times since the
That's
year.
Wow.
I knew it. That's the funny part is I'm like royalty.
And nobody
I mean,
respects the Hawks at all.
at all.
like-
Not anybody.
Not even a little bit. Not even a
Nobody.
little
They're like,
bit.
yeah. Whatever. You think you're good. Nobody listens to them at
No
all.
respect for the
None.
Hawks.
But the Knicks are like, we're the best franchise in this entire league. It's like, you're not, though.
Not even close. You
You're
ever
not
seen?
Hawks good.
You ever seen that terrible movie Spider-Man 3? In the part where what is his name? Venom. He's in the church praying for Peter Parker's death. That's how I feel like I want to do about the Knicks. Just sit there and pray to the Lord. Don't let these fuckers win.
So
Get these raggedy New York hat, Tim boot wearing fuckers out of the goddamn playoffs. Please, Lord.
I'm going to read you their conference finishes from 2000.
Oh, God, here we go.
This is conference, not division.
I hate them.
So 2000, they were 4th. Nice.
Okay, 4th.
13th, 10th, 8th, 12th, 15th, 12th, 14th, 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 12th, 6th. Melo showed up, guys.
Yeah.
7th, 2nd.
That's what Melo Amari, right?
That was 2013.
Okay, I think that was Amari started.
They were second in the conference. 9th, 15th, 13th, 14th, 12th, 11th, 15th, 12th, 4th in 2020.
Yeah.
11th, 5th, 2nd. But I'm telling you, their Browns bad. Like every now and then, we make a playoff once a decade. Like, oh shit,
We got it. We're gonna win
look
it
at the Browns.
all the way.
And then dead last. 12 Knicks were Melo, Tyson Chandler, Camby, Kenyon Martin, J Kidd, Shumpert, Jr. Amari, Sheed.
Yeah, that
Wow,
was the
Sheed was
team.
on that team.
I remember that team. That was a pretty solid team.
Solid enough to get second in the East.
Yeah.
Just like the Hawks.
Yeah. Well, as the great Brandy said, almost doesn't count.
Nope.
Yeah, I've never quite understood the Knicks fan. I do understand the Mecca of basketball thing. Like, it's a part of the culture. It's a part of the city.
It's
It's the city's game. You just wish the team of the city played better.
It's the city. It's the city's game, but it's not the team's game.
It's
It's
team's
like,
game.
how are you this bad all the time and haven't had draft picks
like-
to make it better?
It's like the Knicks fans think them like they're the Yankees. That's the problem. It's the disconnect. They're like, we're the Yankees. It's like, you're not the Yankees.
It's
You're like, you're definitely not the Yankees.
it's because let's call a spade a spade.
The Lakers are the Yankees.
New York people are arrogant as fuck. They think they're the best
yeah.
at everything: football, basketball, baseball, rapping.
Not football. I've never met a New York football
Oh,
fan.
I met
They're the
plenty of
best
New York
at
fans.
Everything?
I met
you
plenty
seen
of
the
New York
Jets?
fans who think they're the best at football.
The Jets are Knicks bad.
especially when they want to claim the Giants.
Well, they did beat the undefeated team.
Yes,
You
they
gotta
will
give
throw
them
that.
some-
They will throw that
they-
in your face quick.
They got it. To the victor goes the spoils. That's how that works.
The Giants, Buffalo, Jets are like, even though the Jets are their team.
Oh, I forgot Buffalo's in New York.
Yeah,
Well, Buffalo fans definitely don't think they're the end-all be-all. Talk about real heartache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
bridesmaids.
And so actually, the Knicks have been in the playoffs 10 times since 2000. The Hawks only 13. Actually, isn't 19. It's 13.
Okay, then.
Okay, a lot closer than I thought I'd be.
There were a lot of 14 and 15s in there for them to make it half the decade or half the 2 decades.
Yeah, so they made it in 99, 2000, 2000, 2001, 03, 04, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 2021, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25.
And
So
those
they just
last
started
3
making
have
it.
been the extended playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
Yep.
almost want to rule those out.
yeah.
Yeah. And the Hawks, they didn't start going to the playoffs until 2007. And they've been there almost every year since.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No shame.
Good on the Hawks.
Still, no respect.
None.
Atlanta should have a bigger market basketball team than you think they would.
You
You
think
would
so?
think so.
You would think so. I've always thought that too.
It-
And there
it's
is
really
like a
mind-boggling.
fan base, but this is not a basketball town.
Yeah,
Like
it-
the people don't get really behind the Hawks. They did for a little bit. Like those Horford, Corver,
yeah.
Joe, that team, they did get behind them. I think there was like 2 years there where they really thought, and then LeBron broke that city.
Yeah.
Like he just, I think
it's
that's what
truly
that ruined it.
mind-boggling.
Like
You know,
that fan, like that arena was popping in the playoffs there for a minute. But the problem is that they ran into LeBron like 7 years in a row, and he sent them home 7 years in a row.
Yeah.
I used to always joke with my Hawks friends, particularly my best friend from high school. Dude, he would always be like, "We got you this year." He'd talk about how deeper they are. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, look, we have LeBron James, and almost always they beat them like 4-0. It was like 4-0-5. Like it was never. I was like, it doesn't matter, man. So this particular aspect of like Hawks fandom and people should have more respect for the Hawks and how nobody does, like, I live this. Like, I'm on the front lines. This is hilarious. I've dismissed this team for decades.
As has everyone else.
It's like, dude, no.
And
No,
you
you're
would
gonna
think
get
with like all
you're
the
gonna get
years with
swept.
Dominique Wilkins that there'd be like this really rabid fan base.
Jordan.
But they haven't had a star of that caliber really since.
So you're right. Remember, oh boy, just to rub salt in the wound. Remember they traded Luka.
I was gonna say they traded, yes.
I was killing my friend. I think we have that documented on the show. Like I
Mhm.
was
Yes.
killing I was like, this is the worst mistake y'all have ever made. Here's what I would say about that. Atlanta is a big hometown team thing. Like they love the Falcons in Georgia, so they're big homers. But this city is somewhat of, I think the city is like a bandwagon kind of town. Like they love you when you're good, really good, but if you're like mediocre or not, like they kind of get
They're
off
not
the
paying
bandwagon
attention.
fast. Yeah, they don't come out for all of that. It's also a transplant town, So I think Atlanta has a hard time specifically trying to get hometown teams off. Football's there. Like Falcons fans are deep, but even the Braves
I
are,
also have
and the Braves are
the
amazing.
'90s Braves. The '90s
Yeah.
Braves were
They
popping.
just won a World Series like 2 or 3 years. Like that just
They
happened.
did.
Yes,
Yeah, they did.
like it just happened.
I had
They're
no
still good at
idea.
baseball, Dev. They're still good. It's not just the '90s. They're still good.
Oh my goodness!
But that's the funny part is, like, if you never saw it, Dev, you owe it to yourself to go YouTube some of the parade shots from Atlanta's the Braves win. You've
Oh, God,
never
is it-
seen a
is it just
championship
sad?
parade so fast. Like they are flying through like they were trying to get out of the city as fast as possible. Like they are
Wow.
moving. It's
Like,
hilarious.
get out.
But yeah, it was a point that I was making out to my friends. If you look at if you go look at the Braves championship parade and then you stack it next to the Cavaliers championship parade, these aren't
That's
the same
just sad.
things. And,
That's
like,
so sad.
Oh yeah, there's like one line of like anybody could have just stood on the route. Like you don't even have to stand behind anybody. Yeah, like
Wow.
a street has like 13 people on it. Like
Why did
I
we
think
even
you-
do a parade? We could
you
have
could have
just
given
had.
out like free hats and got more people. Like yeah, there's not there. And then like when the Cavs won, they shut the city down. Like you
Mhm.
couldn't move. Their entire blocks packed. They're very different. It's a weird town for sports.
It is. That's very strange. Cleveland is also just starved for anything, so I don't know if
Starved,
they're going
100.
to
But so
show
is
up.
Atlanta. Well, the Hawks, like the Falcons have had a lot of close calls. They've made it,
Mhm.
and then only to,
Only to just be very sadly removed.
yeah, a lot of disappointment.
Yeah. Oh boy. Either way, screw the Knicks.
Yeah, facts.
That all of that to say screw the Knicks.
Good answer.
Knicks in 7 though.
Unfortunately.
Fuck it, I changed my answer. Pacers in 7. I changed my answer,
Ugh.
Rude.
There you go.
You hear that?
Lock it
Mark
in,
it
Rude.
down. Lock it in.
Yeah.
All right,
Come
questions.
on,
for
Miles
this
Turner.
week.
Don't let me down.
Delvin, this question's for you. Ken Turner says, have you heard anything about Transformers Eternal War? Think it will be worth playing?
I
What?
looked it up. It's a mobile game, and it looks fucking terrible. Not gonna lie.
Ken, I'm going to direct you to one D Life. Go ask him.
It does not look good. And I'm a big Transformer fan. I would probably try it, but not this one. Not for mobile. Absolutely not.
Wow.
It
It's
looks
that bad that even Delvin won't try it, and he kind of will play just about anything.
And I think it's out now. Yeah, I want to play this.
Is it what kind of game is it?
It's a over the top shooter. I want to say it is, but it looks fucking bad.
Like top-down shooter?
Top down, yeah. It looks like
Smoke and Joe says Halliburton hit the Miller choke in Madison Square Garden.
Reggie-
did
the
the
Reggie
Knicks
Miller
choke
choke.
tonight or something?
I'm gonna assume they did. I didn't look at the score because
Oh, I'd love
I
to see
don't. I
it.
don't really care.
Yeah, I didn't see the score either.
Let's see. NBA.com. Halliburton's
Like to see the
heroics guide
Timberwolves.
Pacers to wild win in opener. Oh, we had OT.
Ooh.
138 to 135. No defense was played at all.
wow.
And Shai won the MVP.
I did see that.
So yeah, sorry, kid. Nobody
Nah, we're not playing that.
nobody's playing this game. You probably shouldn't either, but D Life might. So ask him.
Don't play this game.
Danny, not DeVito, says, what horror movie franchise would you like to see the Doomslayer rip and tear his way through? Personally, I'd love to see a glory kill on Pennywise.
Pennywise, huh?
He said franchise.
I
So
would say
more than-
Alien.
that's a good one.
Predator. No, Predator. Dude,
I was gonna
Predator
say-
versus Doomslayer? That'd be fucking dope.
That
I'm
would
gonna
actually be
go.
really cool.
Yeah.
That would be
I'm
cool.
gonna go. Evil Dead.
Okay.
That's Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah, Evil Dead. Army of Darkness.
Give me some sugar, baby. I don't watch enough horror to really answer this question. I feel very ill-equipped to say anything. So I'm going to steal Donnie's answer and just say the Predator, because that would be dope.
Predator versus Doom guy sounds awesome. It's a really good. It might be my best answer to a question ever. Totally works.
I'm here for it.
Write the check.
I had one in mind, but it's not a franchise.
What's your honorable mention?
Cabin in the Woods. If you know, you know.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
But is Doom so Doom guy is just the protagonist in all of this?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Get
he
it.
would go in the cabin in the woods, and everything that happens at the end, he just fucking kill.
Sure. That's
That
very
would be
fitting.
kinda- Yeah.
Will it be a fun fight to watch? Because I don't know
Oh,
nothing
hell
about
yeah.
this movie.
So nobody went with like you could have been like zombies. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Zombies is just kind of boring.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Whoa,
it's like the
World War
28
Z.
days later zombies, I'm here for that. The 28
Yeah.
days later guys, they're
Yeah.
moving. They're not messing around.
World War Z. There you go.
We're not
I
that
liked
far away
World
from
War Z.
28 years later. I hope it's so good. I'm so excited.
It looks like it's gonna be good.
I hope it's good. I hate when I get excited because I'm like, oh man, don't be bad. It's like
Yeah.
the first thing I think of. Like, oh.
John 32 wants to know what's your favorite, and he spelled it wrong, comedy sketch show, and favorite also spelled wrong again, character.
I think you
I
spelled
think
it
we all have
correctly.
the
We
same
spell
answer
wrong. I'm pretty
for the
sure that's
favorite
how the rest of
show.
it we spell wrong.
Nah.
Comedy sketch show. Chappelle show.
Yeah. I knew we had that.
Chappelle Show.
It's so good.
Chappelle
it's still
Show.
good. It's yeah. I mean,
Who's your favorite character from Chappelle Show?
Charlie Murphy.
I'm going with Nancy Lily.
Darkness.
I should have just took out the trash.
Tron.
Correction, I had sex with Katie too.
Yeah. Why are you trying to work so hard, man? Why are you trying to do this? Don't care about that. See how Tron is living. Oh, it's the best. So fucking funny. He stabbed his dad. You walk like just shift his dad.
You stabbed my dad.
Mad real
You had
world.
sex with Katie. I did not have sex with Katie. Yes, you did. Correction. Oh, yeah, I mean, Chappelle Show is gotta be like goated, right?
It's the answer. Oh my god, I love Chappelle Show.
I'm sure there's other ones. I don't even know. Like, I don't even think of other ones. Like, what other sketch shows?
And Living Color.
Living Color, Mad TV,
Mad TV, yeah. Key and
Yeah.
Peele.
Key and
Key
Peele.
and Peele. You know, I've never actually watched Key and Peele. I've only seen
Only seen the
sketches on
clips.
YouTube. Yeah,
Really?
I've only seen clips on YouTube. I've never
Me too.
watched it.
Crank Yankers.
That's a good one.
Crank Kickers is good.
That's pretty fun. All that, of course.
Yeah, all
Never
that.
watched
Fucking
all
Action
that.
League now.
Yeah.
Does that
My
count?
wife-
Yeah.
My wife's like,
Yeah.
I've never seen this. And I'm like, you have. She was like, you watched all that. This was a part of the show. She's like,
See,
Yeah.
I never watched all that, and I only even saw the Action League now because YouTube and my wife, because she
So
watched
funny.
all that.
so funny.
All that.
It's like, I've read it, like, people are like, yeah, I've never seen that. And I'm like, people just wrote it out of their mind. I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like that would have been a very Vine thing. That would have been big on Vine. Yeah, none of these come close to Chappelle Show.
no,
No.
not even close.
Chappelle Show
Yeah.
is the answer.
They're
By
on a
far,
different
especially
level.
for
They're on a
us.
different level. So fucking funny. So funny.
Oh God. Jay wants to know who would beat Cena for the belt and who should win Money in the Bank. You got 10 minutes.
I don't know. I'm interested to hear what Delta's
Story wise, I would say CM Punk should beat him for the belt, and then Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank. I think that makes sense. if you want to go that route, because Seth Rollins and CM Punk have that feud they've been doing for forever now. But natural progression is the person who should be Cena for the belt is probably Cody Rhodes.
I thought that was
Again,
going to
like,
be. I thought it was
we
going to be Cody.
need him to have it again.
Yeah, I think because that last match they had him and Cena had was not great. And I feel like if you my answer for Money in the Bank is still the same. Seth Rollins should win Money in the Bank.
I just think it's the story that Cody, like, I think that's the story we're being told, is that Cody's
Yes.
going to
Come back and win it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
don't think
save
this match is bad.
wrestling.
They can do better, but yeah, it's just the
I'm
babyface
so
thing to do.
tired of anything regarding Cody and story.
It is just a babyface thing to do.
Oh
Yes.
God.
I like what you're putting down, Delvin. I'm gonna riff off of it because I haven't watched wrestling in weeks and I'm not really paying attention. I don't even know who's in Money in the Bank. But I like what you're putting down. I like Punk. I think that's a good story. Punk save wrestling is a great story.
Yes.
Rollins getting Money in the Bank and cashing in on him continues that story in a different direction. That's really good. It's good booking, Delvin.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say the same thing. Except Drew wins Money in the Bank.
Ooh,
and
I like that too.
Drew cashes in on Punk. And we get that again, but for the belt.
Who the hell is Drew?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Oh, didn't we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really good. So we're going to do it again.
It was really, really good.
That's wrestling.
I would honestly say that probably saved Punk's career. Because people looking at that run like, this fucking sucks.
Like, dude,
this is trash. They were like, go back to AEW. Like, nah, he still got it.
Yeah.
That Drew feud was great.
Yeah.
That did it.
I like Punk beating Cena. I think Cody's going to do it, but I like.
Yeah, Punk's a good choice.
That'd be a great role for him to get that run because you could do so much with it. You could do Roman. You could do Roman. You could do Cody. You could do Rollins. You could do Drew. You could do Gunther. Like, there's a lot of places you can go with that.
Yeah, it's a lot you could do. So yeah, I like.
You could do Orton.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's been your time.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Stars wants to know.
Could Sami Zayn beat Cena?
Oh, God damn it, I said that.
I would like that.
Because I think that could be good too.
I think I would like if Sami Zayn beat
Sami
Seth Rollins.
Zayn saved wrestling. That'd be good.
That'd be really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dev.
I hate you all. I hate you all so much.
What about
Stars
Kane?
wants to know. God damn it.
Wait, God damn
Stars,
it,
I'm trying to
Rondell.
get to your question. He wants to know, what video game IP crossover would you like to play? Would you like to play a game?
The one we never got. Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nah, I'm not interested in that at all.
Okay, so what's your choice?
Trying to think.
Doom and Animal Crossing.
That's a good one.
I need Isabel and Doom Guy to get it together.
Just
Doom gotta take
Isabel
out
riding
Tom
on
Nook.
Doom. Yeah.
I want
Isabel
her to
riding
be
on-
like his Cortana, like they're talking over the speakerphone, and she just comes up and she's like, you just get a thing in the mid Doom fight.
Yeah. I like it.
I just love that moment. That was great when those games launched. We got all the artwork and shit of them there. That was hilarious.
What did I do?
Doom and Gears
Yeah,
works.
Doom and Gears works. Doom and Halo works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all works.
Want something more interesting. I feel like that's just, big beefy guys meat slapping
Yeah.
meat.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Gears and Helldivers works, but you're right. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Let's cross over Infamous with let's see. Where can we stick Cole?
Hello Kitty Island
Make it
Adventure.
Apparently GTA 6.
Stop it, Donnie.
He could
God.
star as the lead role in GTA 6 and nobody would notice the
Yep.
fucking difference.
Wouldn't you know the difference? Just another
They
random.
literally
white guy.
could put that
We're
avatar in
bringing
and be like,
back-
"That's Jason," and people like, "That's Jason." They wouldn't even know.
Wouldn't know. Wouldn't have
even
any
know.
clue.
No.
We didn't know this
We're
guy had
bringing
lightning
back
powers.
generic white guy.
Let's go, baby.
Oh man. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know. I got nothing.
Good answer.
Yeah, that'll work.
Nothing.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. Let's put
I bought a
let's
new
put
Switch game
Cole
today.
in South Park.
That's gonna come here tomorrow. My daughter's graduating tomorrow, by the way. I have to
Oh,
graduate
that's
and go
awesome.
tomorrow.
Congratulations.
I bought a game today that I didn't know it came out on Switch. Came out like a year ago. Jacked to play it. So hopefully post graduation I can play it and have it ready for Shaq.
Okay, that's awesome.
So you just bearing the lead here. You're not gonna tell me what game it is.
There's a new Bust a Move game.
Ooh,
Really?
And apparently it came out
Wow.
like 8 months ago. I didn't even know. It's like,
Wow.
because it's not called Bust a Move. It's called, I don't know, Puzzle Bobble Every Bubble or something. I was like, what?
They went back to the OG bubble, huh?
So it has a Space Invaders crossover in it.
Ooh.
And it
That's
has
cool.
local co-op modes, like local Bust a Move, like party games. You can play with like I think up to 4 people. I was like, holy shit, they did not do this, and I did not know about it. And I immediately messaged Sean, and he was like, oh yeah, that's the pricey one, right? And I immediately responded with a screenshot. I was like, I already bought it, like since tomorrow. So
yes.
I can't wait to play it.
Nice.
It's gonna be fun. Much fun will be had with me and the wife.
Awesome.
And you'll play games too.
Mm-hmm.
True,
Games will be
yeah.
had later. Yeah. Robbie says everyone has games they wish they could replay for the first time again. But do you have any games you wish you never replayed? Any rose tinted regrets?
That's a really good
I
question.
like this. This is a
Replayed or
great question.
played?
Replay, that's the whole point.
I just want to read it again
Yeah,
for you.
that's the whole point of the question.
So that I know. That's, see, I'm trying to figure this out. So games that I just know wish I replayed again after like playing for years.
Yeah, there's a game that you loved that you went to replay and you were like, oof, shouldn't have done that.
I don't think I have one of those. That's why I was like,
Okay.
That's a good
I don't know if
question.
I have one either. Like nothing's immediately jumping out to mind. I may have to like look through some libraries.
Y'all know I don't replay a lot of games. So this
That's
was
true.
difficult.
I never wish I replayed.
What have I replayed that I was just like, you know what? No, thank you, friend. Return to sender. Let's look at my games list and see if I can
Oh.
find anything.
I think Xenoblade would fit this for me. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay.
I played it at one point in time. I would have told you I loved it. I played it again, and I haven't loved it as much since. So that's a really good. I think Pokemon could also. There's several like Pokemon games, but Xenoblade I actually replayed. I think the Pokemon games I've replayed, I think I like. It's just the new games suck.
I don't have any games. I don't think I would just not want to replay. I think I have games that I played one time and be like, you know what? I enjoyed my experience so much with it. I don't need to play this again. I've had that, but I don't think I've had one like I played again. Like, oh, this game not like good as I remember it. You know
I'm
what?
trying to think of like something that I played and was just I tried it. I played, didn't like it, went back to it, and was like, yeah, no, still don't like this.
You know what? I do have one. Alan Wake 2.
Oh, now we're talking.
Ugh.
Because remember, this is documented on the show. I went and played it, got to a point like, I don't like this. And then stopped playing it for months. Then I came back on here and I said, I'm playing Alan Wake again. And y'all like, why are you doing that? Like, because I heard it gets better. It did not, in fact, get better. And I just stopped playing. Said, well, shouldn't have did that. This made me like the game even
in
less.
fact, did not get better.
Yes. Like, yeah, that was it. Like, this is I'm done with this.
Man. I'm scrolling through games. See if I can find
So
one
am
more.
I.
As soon as I passed Xenoblade, I was like, yep,
That's the one.
got caught in 4K. That's absolutely it.
Alan Wake.
remember first time I was on a bad trend after Xenoblade 2, but when they came out with the definitive edition, I pre-ordered that. And I remember booting it up, and I was like, "You used to love that." Like I was almost questioning yourself, like, "What happened? Like, when did you like this game?" But there was a time that I did.
Times change.
I bought that shit on 3DS. That's how much I like that game. That was a terrible version.
Yeah,
Any old games, Dev?
That's what I'm trying to look
Classics?
through.
Oh, okay.
Because I
I was
I
thinking
don't
like NES
replay
games,
stuff.
Super Nintendo.
Arkanoid.
Never played that game to begin with.
Pilot Wings.
I didn't like that game very much when it first came out. I played it and was like,
Oh wow, Bruce in the chat. He's shooting shots at Ocarina of Time. He says,
Ooh.
I think Ocarina of Time is hard to replay now because of the controls.
Interesting.
I would disagree. I mean, controls are still pretty simple. Z-Lock, call it a day.
The 3DS version.
I don't know about that. Never played it.
That's the problem.
I don't think San Andreas holds up very well.
That's a good one.
I've never gone back to try and replay that, but that was one of those. It was just too damn long for me. I never finished it. And once I got the jetpack, I just jetpacked around and never finished the game.
Yeah.
And then tried to go back and was just like, I'm bored. No, thank you.
Yeah. Got time
Vice
to
City,
wait.
though. Great. Yeah, I hated that. I hated having to like manage his weight and stuff. Like, I don't want to do all that.
Yeah, I had never liked that. That's why I bounced the first time. And when they remastered him, I was like, I tried it again, and it's fine. Like it's okay, but it's not as good as the other two though. I feel pretty strong on that one. I'd rather play 3 or Vice City. Like I'll play San Andreas, but I'd rather play the other two.
1000%. I would much rather play Vice City over again or 3. I love 3. 3 is still like one of my favorites just because the nostalgia factor of it. Vice City is probably my favorite GTA game.
The Vice City's just got it on vibes, but I know more of that Liberty City. I know that whole thing. Like
I know that map. Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same. Garrett says he's so close to finishing Blueprints.
Oh,
good for you.
dope.
Get it done.
And Bruce follows up. He says it doesn't have dual sticks. Yeah, I never had a problem with that with Ocarina. I still don't.
Yeah,
I just beat
need
an Ocarina ROM hack. What, a month ago, Delvin? Like I just came off playing this, but I like playing 64, obviously. So I don't.
64 is Donnie's jam.
Yeah.
That is his lifeblood right there.
No problem with the dual sticks, or the lack thereof. Plus, you got the C buttons. Who needs another stick when you have the C buttons?
I'm saying.
I do feel that playing old school GoldenEye. Got to used to that.
Yeah,
takes a minute. That takes a minute.
I'm gonna go with Mega Man because those games are hard as shit.
Yeah,
I go back and I'm like, these were cool, but God, this is just punishing for no
I
reason.
never liked Mega Man, probably for that reason.
I did like Mega Man back in the day.
The
music is also great.
To be honest with you, I think I only really ever tried one of them. I don't even know which one it was. Like, it's not something I actively played. Like Mega Man really wasn't around when whatever I was doing, whatever my friends were doing.
It's much older than you are.
Mm-hmm.
Rockman. All right, last question comes from Indio Techno. He says, what did Youngblood of the Vertical PS4 think about Sinners? Thought it was great. Absolutely loved it. Don't feel like going into all the discourse about it here, but I love that movie. I can't wait to buy it when it comes to Blu-ray and watch it again.
Shelf worthy.
Fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I can't wait to watch it. I'll watch it as soon as it comes out on rental or streaming or something.
Yeah. Big fan. But his real question is, why aren't you loving the D-Life Cloud channel when your PS5 is just an Xbox?
So when is your PS5 just an Xbox?
Oh, well.
Never.
My PS5 is never an Xbox.
Yeah, it will
In fact,
be when yours comes out.
I don't think I have any Xbox. I'm not going to play it on PS5. I'll play it on PC.
100%.
Delvin, strap in some blue
Delvin's PS5 has always been an Xbox, though.
Facts.
That's why he got rid of the
True.
Xbox.
Yeah,
it's both.
He subscribed to Game Pass only so he could buy those games on PlayStation.
Goddamn right.
That's what he does.
Whoa.
That's what Delvin does best.
What is Bland talking about?
Let's not give that channel oxygen. Choke it out.
Choking it out.
I
Have you
haven't been in
guys?
that channel.
Me either. I renamed it for him and said I'm never coming back here. Never again.
I don't mind it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't go
Life's
there.
a cool guy.
he's
Nice
a great guy. And now he has his own channel, and I don't have to hear his
As
shenanigans.
he should.
Mm-hmm.
He posted an article about, it was Jez's article that we talked about earlier about the Xboxes. And he posted it and he had quoted a nice, very positive quote. And I was like, that's neat. So like later that night, I opened the article and I read the article, and the article is like kind of super negative. There's like 10 more quotes to every one of those quotes. And I was like, wait a minute, you just skipped over all of this? And he was like, yeah, I picked the part I liked. It's like, look at this shit.
Good job.
Sounds
Good job,
about
D-Life.
right.
I was like,
I
how
like
very Delvin of you.
Good job.
I like this part though.
Good job. I respect it.
I was like, not this one, or this one.
And I love like nobody even responded to the article in Discord.
No.
Nobody,
I
nobody cares.
don't think anybody cares anymore. Nathan's not there. Mo's not there. Josh is there every now and again, but he's just like
But
throwing.
Josh-
he's just shaking his.
Josh
fist.
isn't even there. Josh is in the PlayStation channel just complaining about us getting PlayStation games. He
Yeah.
doesn't even go to the Xbox channel.
And he has a PlayStation
Yes, he does.
where he plays most of his game share partners with. That's the funny part. Yeah.
Oh, Microsoft Gaming, look what they've done to you. So sad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week of Play Some Video Games. We hope you had a good time rocking with us in our shenanigans.
We reached the end.
Yes, you have reached the end. So until next time, please play some video games.
I could get an Xbox for cheaper. Yeah, but then you'd have an Xbox.
Yeah.
Fitting